Question for you. Do you remember the most fun you've ever had playing cornhole? Think about it. You might think you do, but you don't. And you know how I know? Because if you're not a member of the American Cornhole Organization, you haven't had the most fun you've ever had playing cornhole yet. You're just a couple of clicks away from joining the worldwide cornhole community, where you'll be able to play down the street or across the country with players of all skill levels and even the pros of the American Cornhole Organization, the governing body of the sport and the fun of cornhole since 2005. Head to AmericanCornhole.com to learn all about the ACO and how to become a member of a local group near you. The most fun you've ever had playing cornhole is waiting for you. So, is it time to take your game from the sidewalk to center court? We can't wait to find out, and we can't wait to see you. Let's have some fun. AmericanCornhole.com and the ACO remind you, keep on pitching.
All right, Hole Heads, welcome back to the ACO Civil War weekend, and we are reporting in from the north here in Toledo, Ohio, the Glass City Center Court with the American Cornhole Organization Toledo Major. We find ourselves on the north side of the country as Mobile, Alabama hosts the Mobile Major for the ACO at the Outlaw Center. We'll check in with those guys in a little while to find out what's happening. But here on center court, we have got a banger. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, sitting next to Mad Maz, who is a cornhole voice familiar to many of you, especially in the Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky region. But, brother, we have seen some pretty good gameplay. We've seen very methodical gameplay. We've seen some mistakes made that cost some people some matches, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of mistakes being made here.
No, I definitely don't think so. We've followed TJ through the bracket on, both doubles and singles. We've seen Tyler Amos a few games earlier in the upper side of our bracket. These are two players that play very different tempos, but very consistent in their results.
Right.
We talked about, you mentioned kind of the smarts. We talked about on the CBC broadcast about board IQ, making the right decisions, and that's really what these two players both do in various different ways. We see a lot of TJ's different kind of shots. Tyler also has plenty of tricks in his sleeve. A very good gameplay for both of these two guys.
Yeah, I think this game, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way ahead of, over the tips of my skis on this. Whoever's airmail shows up wins. I really,
Very much agree with that.
Does that make sense?
I very much agree. You mentioned earlier on one of the other broadcasts how Tyler kind of had up and down success with his airmail, kind of lost a little bit of faith in it. We saw it in the singles game against Deb. It was back, 12-4 here, 12-8 here, I apologize. We saw it was back against Deb Smith. It's great to see him kind of have confidence and success with that bag, and we'll see if it continues.
Yeah, you see both of these guys. You talk about the board IQ. They know when to be aggressive. They know when to lay back. It's not just ready, aim, fire. Sometimes it's ready, aim again,
calculate,
recalculating, fire, and we will see who brings the fire here. The rare bags, the luckies, coming out of the right paw of T.J. Miller.
What does Tyler Amos throw? I can't see what that bag is.
I want to say these look familiar.
And he just kind of nudges that pile.
He's not throwing Gustos. He's throwing.
No,
is
they're
he throwing
definitely not
Arcanes?
They might be Arcanes.
Are they the Arcanes?
Yeah, because Josephina throws Arcanes.
Yeah,
I think they are.
I think they're the. I don't know the line, but I do believe they're the Arcanes. He's gonna just be content to pile them up there, and it's
another 4. I think that's 8-4.
TJ underneath.
Yep, both of TJ's bags. Yeah, 8 on 4. So it's 8-0 after a down and bag. I mean, we talked about the board IQ, and Tyler's decision to lay up there, it does minimize points. I don't know if he gains anything by shooting it, because I think TJ had a bag kind of in front of that hole. So you think, it's 4-0. Do you concede 4 more? Do you shoot it, give up more?
Yeah, it's risk versus reward, to be sure.
And TJ and Tyler play very different game styles. TJ plays fast, go, 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 but it's still very consistent. Tyler will take his time. He'll look. He'll think about it. He'll watch the hole. He'll study, and then he'll let it go.
And again, we talked about the fact that he modified his style, and then he went back to his original pitch and his original style, and I feel like we're looking at a 12-on-10 right there, so an early 10-0 lead, which we've seen a number of times, and with a guy like Tyler Amos, it's not a panic point, I don't believe, but
no, absolutely not.
Travis, I agree. He never lays back. He's full throttle, but he does know when to play defense, and I don't consider defense laying back. Yeah, but every time I've ever seen him play, he goes for the kill as soon as he can.
No, and being able to read the game and kind of finding those high points, low points, kill points per se, that is what kind of separates average, mediocre from being able to find those exact instances where you take advantage of a mistake.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to find the mistake, it's another thing to win it.
Right. No, that's a great point. And it's also interesting, too, because you got to figure it's the kind of thing that makes people hate him when he shows up to a barbecue or a tailgate or whatever. It's like, God, this guy. How many of you guys have played this guy? All of us. It's been 15 minutes. He beat all of us.
The family barbecue, and I love running through those tournaments.
All right, so a double 4-bagger there is going to leave it at a 10-0 advantage. Yeah, I won't say it's an advantage. He earned it. 10-0 score.
Yeah, and we saw, so TJ's played a handful of games back-to-back here in center court, or not back-to-back, but in a quick succession.
Yeah.
Tyler's been off for a bit, been off center court, playing on the other boards. We saw Deb kind of struggle to get acclimated right away, but then kind of slowly found a groove.
Yeah.
Tyler's in the same boat right now where he has to play catch-up after giving up a few points in the very early rounds. How is it going to affect his mental? How is it going to affect his gameplay? He's very even-keeled, you talked about the heartbeat being 4/4, his total of 1. But how is that kind of being down like this? Does it change any part of his game?
It's funny, though, if you look at his face and you look at just his delivery, you would think he just got here and this is his first game. There's no difference in him stylistically or he's so even-keeled. But both these guys, so even-keeled. Double 4-bagger right there. 12-on-12, and I get this starts to be the swing point for him where he's settled in, to your point about being back on center court. And but
then there's TJ also continuing to keep his foot on the gas and make shots, and you really can't capitalize on a mistake when they don't come around that often.
Right. Well, I feel like we saw TJ against Steve throw a couple of uncharacteristically sloppy bags, again, as he cleans that up right there. But again, the question becomes, were they letting each other off the hook a little bit here and there because they're doubles partners? They took the doubles championship earlier today. And so I do wonder, if he has a different timetable in mind for this game, up 10-0 already.
And it could be more. It's 16-0.
Wow.
A 12-on-6, and TJ Miller is wasting no time.
Well, to Travis's point earlier, 100% full throttle, 16-0. Now, we've seen a couple of scores like that pop up through the bracket over the course of the day. Not this late in the bracket, this late in the game.
Yep.
But nothing is insurmountable. It's never over till it's over. Let's see if I can dig any more cliches out.
It's raining cats and dogs out there.
Oh, is it now?
I don't think it is. It was earlier.
Little blocker there, and he disrupts TJ's
and we'll see
mission.
And it's the big point is, can he capitalize? He got the mistake. Can you convert your shots?
Run through it, yep.
Even just one. Even if you can't pick up that bag on the left-hand side, that's fine. Get your one. He boards it for 1. He can go through it for 1. He can shoot over it for 3.
We're going to
board.
Just board it for the 1.
I thought he was going to touch it. I thought he was going to tap it.
Yeah. Now, if he had run it all the way through and cleaned everything up, which I think he could have done. I think there's enough of his bag there. He would have taken 3.
He would have. That
Not
bag
worth the risk.
Off to that left-hand side, I wasn't for sure on it. I would have figured no. If you want to run through it and collect your 1, 10-9, that's one thing. I don't think there was enough of his bag close enough to the hole to make it work.
To get there.
He, again, talented player. He definitely could have gotten it. But early down 16-0, you want your points.
Yeah.
Get the first one.
Take the one. Oh, boy.
That's not what he wanted at all. You see his bag was in the front, which is still very much in play, but he kind of goes backside and pushes TJ's more to the middle, and it leaves it. TJ follows it. Never mind. Right like we drew it up, Finn.
I was just going to say, remember when we talked about this last game? Monkey see, monkey do. All right.
And he pulls that bag on the right-hand side closer into the hole.
And as messed up as that all looks, the middle's open, and that's all that matters, and a wash may be imminent.
And he tried to go for it.
He did move it. I mean, if TJ might end up doing him the favor there.
8-6. Give him 2 more.
There you go. There's a couple more to get him motivated, and who knows? Like I said, when that opportunity is there to drop the hammer, how quickly can you do it against a guy like Tyler Amos? You're not just going to walk in and blank him. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, you definitely have to be able to kind of take your opportunities as they come. Tyler's running into a red-hot TJ Miller is the problem.
I'm gonna go down into the garage and sit in my car. Sorry about that. I don't want him to be able to find me.
Bring back the jinx jar. But TJ might let him off the hook as that bag sits around 10 o'clock. It got a foot in the water. It's hanging. And that's interesting. Now I have no idea what's going on. Just no more predictions. See what happens.
Cut it left or right? No, he's just going to lay back
sits
underneath it.
Tyler sits right behind it. Up. And what
a bounce.
In the world? 3 on 2 through 3 bags each.
Wow. And oddly enough, the middle is open. I mean, he's not going to chase.
Oh, for sure. He's going to go up, try to go straight.
Oh.
And I don't think he wanted to chase, but he did end up chasing.
And he did. 3 on 3.
TJ can get 5 if he can drag his bag.
It's hanging.
Definitely. And so the one in the back and the one in the front, he could get
Both
7.
Yeah.
This could end the game, Finn.
16 on 3. He goes up. He goes over. He gets 1. 1's off the side. So it's 5 on 3. Picks up 2. Wow, man.
What?
Wow.
That is not what I had on my bingo card.
Yeah. A 5 on 3 between these two this late in the day.
But nevertheless, it's 18-3.
Yeah.
And I think if you're TJ, that's fine. No, you have a big lead. If you're Tyler, that's a chance you needed to convert because TJ missed his bags.
Well, and he went, again, 100% full throttle. He went for it, and he bounced out to the side and left kind of a open, kind of a flower petal sort of
a little
look to
starburst
it.
around there. Yep.
With the opening up front still. Was ready to be cleaned up. There
And
it
he
goes.
gets all of them.
It's interesting. He's throwing sticky side down.
And I don't want to say, but it's working for him because right now we're looking at an 18-3 score. But right now, I mean, they go in.
Doing it again.
It just worked.
All right. Double 4 bagger. There we go. 18 on 3 is where it remains. Let's see what else is happening around the bracket. Let's see. And again, this is for the king seat in bracket A. Still a lot of room to be made up here in the lower half of the bracket. Michael Hoang up over McKenna Ballou. What do you think the score is?
Oh, 15-8.
19-0.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it McHoaxing?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. That's not what McKenna's had a really good run this weekend. That's a surprise.
Fatigue possibly kicking in. Don't know. Right now, Nate Stevens and Austin Douglas getting ready to start firing. Let's take a look at bracket B, see what's going on over there. CJ Slagance dusted Brandon Earls 21-0 and is holding that king seat spot there in the bottom half of the bracket, Rex Urig is down to Charlie Case, 9-2. Richard Jones awaits the winner of that. Josie Claire still kicking. She took down Xavier Williams, 21-0. We're still sitting. Oh, now we're sitting on 20-3 here.
Yeah, TJ picked up 2 more, a 10 on Adis. Tyler went for the push, had a bag in front of the hole, and just couldn't get them both. His bag in hand kicked to the left, 10-8.
I wonder if Tyler Amos is missing his wonder twin.
Yeah, the king of cornhole.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yep. And that definitely can play a part of it. Being a number 1 team in the world last year, I think he was tied. There were a couple teams that were tied number 1. But Tyler and Craig have a lot of success very often. And that definitely probably plays a bit into it a little bit. And this one could
finish it off right there. He's just going to airmail it to seal the deal. What a shot. He has one of the cleanest, most amazing airmails in the game. Nicely done, TJ Miller. He moves to the king seat of bracket A. Tyler Amos falls 21-3, so he will bounce down to the losers bracket. Nobody, again, wants to see that, but that's where he'll be. That's where we're heading toward. Michael Hoaxang took down McKenna Ballou 21-0. Will face off against Sean Scott. So plenty still to be played. Will we have that Hoaxang match over here? We'll take a look and see what don't want to. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. In case you're watching and wondering, we're trying to advance as quickly as we can through these brackets, so that while we have games here for you on center court, we're not holding anybody up waiting for a center court match to be done. So we'll see if we can get that happening with Mia Ray and Brian Jones, Jesse Hempy, who are tournament directing this bad boy here in Toledo. Thoughts on Toledo? Have you been out and about? Where have you been?
I have been in this building all weekend.
You got to figure out a different way. You got to figure out. I'm telling you, all of these places all started to look exactly, every conference room, every arena, everything. And I'm finally like, guys, I know it's Pro Series, but I'm going to take a break and I'm going to go look around the city and see if I want to come back, and so.
And again, we talked about how the format's changed for these last couple majors. This helps us get out, because we'd be here till 1 a.m. if it was a previous format.
No, what's interesting here in town, a lot of these bars and restaurants close at 9, even on Friday and Saturday, because they said what was happening is a bunch of drunk dumbasses were coming in and causing more problems than it was worth to stay open. So, we are our own worst enemies sometimes, humankind. So the Hoaxang game is coming this way. Very good.
Mick Hoaxang, another one from my neck of the woods.
He and Sean Scott will be facing off over here. But, yeah, if you can get out, and that's one of those, I think a lot of people took advantage of that in the Black Hills last weekend and got around to see Mount Rushmore, the Badlands, Deadwood, the Crazy Horse mountain carving. It's just insane. And so if you can do that and you can plan a day on the front and the back side to go to Chad and Kim, do a nice job with Chad and Kim's Cornhole Adventure, showing you a little bit about this. And that's a world's biggest ball of twine kind of thing that they do. They go see whatever they can see. And honestly, I told them, I said, you guys should be selling this to visitors bureaus around the country, because all the different things that you do. But
absolutely,
that is so much fun. And coming back up here in June for a concert. I've never been to Toledo. I've lived in Cincinnati for almost 30 years. Never been up to Toledo. Never even been to Sandusky or any place outside of, besides being in Cleveland. So it's been a lot of fun to be up here and see what's been going on. They got a great kind of compact downtown here, right here on the Maumee River. So,
yeah, it's definitely been super cool to see. Like you mentioned, all the places within walking distance. Kind of got a lay of that land at some point. Obviously, when we come to these events, it spends a lot of time at the cornhole boards. We try to get out when we can, but this is where we are most of the time. But no, being downtown especially, and a lot of these venues are like that. We're right in the heart of something.
Right.
And it's been super cool to see. Like, this has been a very cool place. The limited parts I've seen, being able to walk around downtown, food, gas station, whatever. That's where I've been. Food, gas station, food again. That's where I've been.
The good news and the bad news for you is now that you're involved in this part of it,
Yep.
and playing,
Which has been the same as it's been the whole time.
You're even further digging in deeper. Hopefully, head in like a tick.
Yep.
It's going to become even more and more difficult to carve up, but you have got to carve out some time for yourself to get out in these different cities and travel with a purpose from city to city. And Atlantic City was a lot of fun. We certainly made hay while the sun was not shining.
Yeah.
While we were in Atlantic City, but about 6 more matches to go before we get into the final bracket. So Michael Hoangsang is set up against Sean Scott. I saw Scott kind of heckling you just a little bit. You know, you have a background with him.
Yep. He's also from, so he and Hoangsang both are from our kind of area.
Sure.
Play in our clubs a lot. That Evansville, Indiana, southern Indiana, western Kentucky, southern, eastern Illinois area. They're both from there. So this major's been a lot of representation from our group. I'm not going to lie, and it's been super fun to see. Hop over there, Daniel Todd, Rick Hoangsang, these two right on center court here. Let's see, who else can I see just sitting down? Xavier Williams is from our area. Nate Stevens is from a little bit of ways, but still in Kentucky, close enough. I can claim him.
Well, it's funny. Russell Tabor said that they kind of flipped a coin because both majors were equidistant from them, and they came this way. He said, "I'm glad we did. I'm glad we did." And I think they did Mobile last year, so it's a chance for them to get out and see someplace new.
Yeah, they're both places have fantastic competition running through these majors. There is not, like you said earlier, there's not one that I want to go here because, no, they're...
Yeah, this one's easier.
It's a gauntlet for sure.
Well, you even heard Phil when he was making his picks this week. He's like, man, he goes, this is just a buzzsaw no matter which way you look at it. Yep. So he's gotten some things right. He's been very close. I'm looking forward to reconnecting with him to find out the experience in Mobile, but that Outlaw Convention Center down there, very cool right there on water as well. There's a big military ship that was being built while we were down there last year, so it's kind of cool to see. So Rick and Mick, is that what you call them? Rick and Mick Hoangsang?
Rick and Mick Hoangsang, brothers, doubles partners, seniors, whatever you want to call them.
Sure.
Mick has probably the cleanest airmail I have ever seen, and it rivals TJ Miller's.
Yeah, TJ, I was going to say, he's going to have to be doing something there to...
It rivals TJ's.
TJ looks like he's on a zip line.
I think we got a thumbs up from them here in the booth. I'm not sure if we're live yet.
I don't think they've activated the Scoreholio pad just yet, but soon enough.
Yeah, they've played each other in regionals plenty of times. This is not an unfamiliar territory that we find ourselves in.
Well, we saw a little bit of that with the Smith twins.
Yep.
Steve Smith and T.J. Miller when they played one another. I see Cisco and his crew breaking down the Ruthless Bags booth. Truth has come and gone, or True Cornhole has come and gone. Why so serious? Hit the bricks. Everybody's kind of wrapping things up. Boards are getting packed, and we're getting ready to wrap things up here and get down to the final singles match of the evening.
The purple jersey game.
Yes, who will it be taking home the Toledo major? I'm kind of curious. I wonder what's happening. Let's take a look and see if we can, as these guys get underway, I'll trust you to keep a trusty eye on that. I'm going to see if I can find what's going on down in Mobile.
Mick sitting 12-5 right now in a great position. Just jumps over the hole. It's 12-6. 6-0 in our first round.
Wow.
And then we just saw that with the TJ Tyler Amos game. You know, it's and in that game you didn't see a lot of 2 points here, 2 points there, 1 point here. You saw TJ get them in bunches.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of the unfamiliarity and kind of the center court, whatever you want to call it.
Jitters.
Yeah. You don't want to say that with Tyler Amos because he's a pro and he's been here plenty of times. But just maybe playing at this court, it's different. He hasn't been doing it for, all day or whatnot. But TJ got him in bunches. And Mick Hoangsang's on path to do kind of a similar a similar route here. It's 6-0. Let's see if Sean Scott can kind of calm himself down before this one gets out of hand. And he puts 2 on that right-hand side. We're building another train. Hoagie goes up and gets the airmail, and another 6. It is 12-0.
Wow. He's looking over at you. Would that be exasperation?
He gave me the one old.
Yeah. Finger guns. You got the finger guns.
I got the finger guns. It is 12-0.
Let's see.
Sean with a bag in front and then sits right behind it is going to force Hoagie to shoot, which Hoagie has zero problem doing. Mick Hoangsang in the red ACO Pro jersey goes up and, misses it back left side. Sean can pick up some points here if he can clean up these bags up front. Sean shoots.
Oh, he shoots and
he pushes one in.
somewhat scores.
Hoagie again. This one is up and down. 9 on 5. Sean can pick up one if he can clean it up. He goes hard down the middle, and he gives up 3 more.
Right up off this back on the back side there. How about this doubles final? Mobile, Alabama. Caleb Rogers and Riley Brewster take down Gary Ferguson and Jacob Whaley. Zach Rush and Sebastian Barger take third. So congratulations to those boys.
I think Brewster Rogers won the Panama City doubles. Very good team.
Yeah,
Very good team.
We're starting to see just more and more dominance out of the juniors division. We discussed amongst ourselves on the taco and elsewhere, will we have our first ever juniors king of cornhole this year in Throwensboro? Who knows? Up and over. Almost asked and answered, but he hit his own bag. I know. Wow.
As Mick just clean.
That's insane. That's not even fair.
Sean goes.
Is he going to do it again? Yes, he is going to do it again. How about that?
Sean to clean it up, and he does. That is a huge shot. Gives up 2. It's 12-10, but that had the makings of ending the game.
The end of the game, right? Yeah.
And you saw, and I told you, it's on full display here. Michael Hoangsang's airmail is no joke.
Yeah.
TJ's is fantastic, and I'll put them up 1-2.
Well, you know what's funny? I had forgotten about Hoangsang's airmail because I'm so used to him just methodically dismantling somebody without having to use the airmail. But when he does go to it, it is formidable, to say the least.
Yeah, when it goes up, you know it's going to come down. And he sits on the back right side. And
maybe a toe in the water, but I don't think he's going to chase that.
No, he's...
Not when you're up 17-0.
Yeah, no, he has a lot more... Michael, very much board IQ player, plays it smart, plays it safe. Not safe per se, but makes the right decisions.
Safe enough.
Yeah, safe enough to not give up not give up silly points.
Mm-hmm.
And this round, no points were given. It was a 10-10. So we're making progress.
It's so funny, too, when I tell people that this is what I do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? People putting bags of corn in a hole. And I said, that's what you would think. But I've come to learn that certainly the player who wins is the one who puts the most in the hole.
Yes.
But the key to the game is keeping the other guy out. And however you are able to do that, whether it's psychologically, whether it is physically, whatever it is, again, there's a lot of games going on here. It's golf, it's chess.
Yep.
Sometimes it's checkers. I know, a wasted.
He just can't convert.
Wasted opportunity there, but there are a lot of different games going on here, and you can look at it and think one thing because you've played it, but if you play it at just a horrendous drunken level, then that's all you think it is. But, man, I'm telling you, the ability to get in somebody's head with one bag or to do the one thing. Well, we saw earlier, I think it was Tony Pena, he and Bruce Lalonde, they took a timeout and completely reshuffled the mental part of it. They didn't win, but they were competitive. They came back into a game that did not look like they were going to have much success in. Gracias.
Yeah, exactly to that point. You know, a 10-0 deficit, they burn a timeout early after the first bag. I talked about how I've never
What a
seen.
shot.
And he leaves
God.
everything. That is ungodly. And Sean clogs the hole. 10-8.
Oh, I hate to say he deserved that one. He made the right play. He deserved to make that one. So Caleb Rogers and Riley Brewster take the doubles in Mobile over Gary Ferguson and Jacob Whaley. I said Whaley, right? It wasn't Watley. Oh, it is Whaley. Yeah, it was Whaley because I didn't know there was a Jacob Whaley and a Jacob Watley.
I didn't know there was a Jacob Watley.
Until last night.
Nice.
And I found out the hard way when I said the wrong thing.
Sean goes up and brings Mix with him. Sean Scott also, so he's not a push shooter. He is an over-the-top air shooter, and that's – I don't understand how that's like the go-to bag, but it's been, and it's been working for him. I mean, this game obviously may be an outlier as they throw a double 12.
Hey, look at that.
But that's kind of been his. Like, he doesn't like to push it. He wants to go over everything. Like, if you put a block, he has no problem shooting right over it.
Yeah.
And for the most part, he has decent success. I've played him a couple times, and his airmail gets annoying at some point. But it's good. It's annoying because it works.
Right. All right, Morgan Griffin says you got to get out, Isaac. You got to get out.
Thanks, Morgan.
I don't know what that means. Get out of the booth, get out of the building. Probably get out of the building. Yeah.
Probably get out of the booth, I think.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
That's my buddy Morgan.
Is that somebody who is waiting for you to go to dinner?
No. He's back in Wisconsin. But happy to have a fan club starting up in the comments.
Love it.
Good Lord. Sean goes up and
nice
he can't
shot.
come down with it. That'll end the game 12-10.
But it wasn't what he had hoped. He didn't set the hook, but 21-0 gets the job done. You call him Hoagie? Is that what you call the Hoangsangs? The Hoagie brothers? 21-0.
Now I'm hungry. I want a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. And see, he will face off against Charlie Van Arsdale, who took down Johnny Lang 21-15. Don't know if we will hold that match here on center court, or if
he's walking over here, so I think he assumes we will.
Expecting so, yeah, right on. There's Barry Hempy, the legend.
You just think you're gonna get it?
Hoangsang is the 1 seed, so he's in the blue lane.
Switch lanes.
Hoangsang is blue.
Switch lanes. Hoagie on that side. Oh, yeah, the blue lane.
You're in the blue lane.
The other side of the board. The blue lane, yeah.
I would like to point out they are a good 8 feet from us.
Yeah, it's not like we're...
Oh, my God. Too funny. 6:45 Eastern Time. We work our way towards these finals in the A and B brackets that have been set up, and ultimately we will find ourselves in a match. We've got, 6 matches left, 5 matches left to get to a singles champion.
I think Oz gave us a cue card, said 6, but I'm not sure if that
Elimination
includes the one we
round
just
6.
played, so
Yeah.
we could be down to 5.
All right, very good. If you've got the patience, I think we still have the vocal cords to pull this off. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Maz, as the Cornhole world.
The what?
Well, Cornwall. We were just in Cornwall when we went over to England. So
okay, now
I've got Cornwall on my mind.
All right.
Our buddy Matt. Yeah, handling center court duties today here. This will be a good one. I have not seen Charlie play, so I've seen him around the room, but I haven't seen him play. So
that is a sight we are not used to seeing, as they all just right in the middle
gathered up in a little laundry basket there. Phil likes to call that a big pile of mess.
That's exactly what it is. We're trying to get this game moved. I think it's not on center court yet. Working on it.
Hold on.
You guys
it's not.
Keep
Hang on a
going
second.
Downs.
All right, just making sure we get it up on the proper score Holio pad for center court so we can get you an accurate scoreboard.
Mick was going to start. He's like, hey, we'll just keep track in our head. Well, I don't think that's how it works.
He was ready to go. I'm going to go over and make some adjustments at the tournament director's stand right there.
Big shout out to those folks for keeping this place running smoothly. Always love the behind the scenes folks.
Yeah.
Oz also working his tail off as we make his life miserable here in the broadcast booth. That's what we do.
You know, the guys out in the truck, thanks to you guys as always. They're pulling down the satellite feeds and making sure that the cable's all been laid where it belongs. Appreciate that.
Everyone back in the studio.
Yeah, you and I both understand the theater of the mind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or, in our case, maybe the theater of the mindless.
Something like that. That's what I've been told.
So what's happening? We got it set now? Ready to go? All right.
Congratulations to Jordan White for winning Tier 3 singles.
Jordan White wins Tier 3 singles. Congratulations. Taters exchanged. Mike Hoangsang, the #1 seed in this bracket. Charlie Van Arsdale, the #6.
And these are both two very good players, very methodical. You see Charlie has 2 bags, kind of starting to run that train on that left-hand side. But very high board IQ, as a beautiful push kind of levels this contest. And he gets to collect 12-12 our first round. No, we saw he kind of stacked those 2 bags on the right-hand side. The third bag brought them both in, and then he cleaned it up with the fourth.
Yeah. It looked like that might have been one of those where you need 8 or 9 bags to clean that up, but he did a very nice job of getting in there and pulling it all home.
It's always impressive, and you can do it in 4.
Yeah, this has the potential to be a very long game as well. I have a feeling. Did you get it? Right on.
But, you know, Finn, we've said that, I think, 2 or 3 times, and then it was 21-3.
Yeah.
So we'll see, and I definitely hope so, because these two are both very talented players. But our predictions of long games have not come to fruition.
A couple of them have. Wow, nice airmail
Backside
right there.
airmail, Charlie wasting no time.
Picking up a couple.
2-0.
We've figured out pace. Maybe we haven't figured out scoring just yet. I did not expect to see Tyler Amos, take it to the bridge of his nose
Kinda
the way
dismantled.
he did there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pulled apart by T.J. Miller.
And I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect Mick Hoangsang to beat up on Sean Scott 21-0.
Yeah.
I thought Mick was going to win, but I wasn't seeing a shutout in the cards, especially here in the main bracket as we work our way down towards the final groupings.
Exactly. Steve Smith awaits the winner of this game. He the number 11 seed in this bracket, bracket A.
And Charlie sends one off that right-hand side. Mick can
Sneak in there and leaves it alone. It's going to hang.
12-7, picks up 5.
Oh, did he lose one off the back?
Yeah, Varznell sent one off that back right side. He was trying to kind of push at it hard and just missed. Makes it 5-2, a early game lead change in the blue lane in the red pro jersey. Mick Hoangsang, I think number 5 in the world right now. Definitely up there, top 10 for sure. I don't know the exact point standings on me.
He's had a great 24 months in the cornhole universe, to be sure. He's going to step outside and try to run everything back.
And it brings it more in play. Not exactly what he wanted, but not the worst shot. And he's going to step out again.
Try it again. A little more oomph. Just kind of bunch these up. Charlie's going to go in and just... Oh, I thought he was just laying low, but he was able to pick the one up and stay on the back side of the board, so he picks up a couple.
8-10, I'm looking at it right now. Charlie does pick up 2. Yep, Hoagie got one of his bags to fall on that kind of harder push, but he couldn't get the pile to move. 5-4 our score. Hoagie in the blue lane leads by a point. Charlie sends one off that right-hand side, which we talked about. Those kind of cross-the-body, out-of-play bags are the worst because there's nothing you can do about
What are
it.
you going to do, right?
Unless, Hoagie bumped it that first bag, and he bumped it again and has his foot in the water. I don't think he shoots it, and he doesn't, which I think is the right decision. Hoagie for 2, and 2 indeed.
It's funny. We talk about aggressive play. We talk about safe play. We talk about all these different things that go with it. But if you can just take them, take them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't. My dad. People laugh at me because my dad was a banker.
Yep.
And if he had a coupon for something, that's something that he wanted, he would use it. And people are like, "You're a banker, dude. What are you doing using coupons?" He goes, "If somebody's going to give me money, I'm going to take it. It's that simple. It might seem silly, but they're going to give me $5. I'll take that $5. And that's kind of what this is. If somebody's going to give you the chance to take those points, take them.
And that's, where the board IQ comes into play, where if you don't need to airmail to get something else to drag more than you can chew or whatever, I'm going to start saying that. Don't drag more than you can chew.
That's great. Yeah, that's pretty good.
If you can avoid that and play the smart game, play for the long run and take your points, absolutely. Sometimes we see players get hyper aggressive, and then that's when they shoot themselves in the foot. You could have 3, you end up giving up 2.
Yep.
Don't drag yourself in the foot. Don't
drag
more than you can chew. Okay, I'm mixing all these colloquialisms together.
You're going to have to come up with your own lexicon.
I'll put a language and alphabet get together and kind of send out a memo to you guys.
There you go. Yeah, let me know. We'll get a mass English dictionary working over here.
Mm-hmm. There's one on that back side. I don't think that was an airmail. Now there's 2 on the back side, 1 on each. If Hoagie collects it for a wash, he doesn't.
2 off the back side, 1 sitting up high.
4-9, I think.
Well, that certainly changes the complexion of things. At 11 on 7 now, Steve Smith awaiting the winner with Charlie Van Arsdale and Michael Hoang. Was Hoang, was it Mick or Rick who played with the big phone on his hip all the time?
Mick.
It was Mick.
The phone holder.
When did he stop doing that?
When he stopped wearing jeans.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Because
it goes to his belt.
Sweatpants down. Yeah.
It's on his belt. So if he doesn't have a belt, he can't wear it.
But I never understood how that didn't throw him off. And it was like a cell phone. It was like a tablet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's easier to see,
Yeah, from the moon.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Charlie trying to get that collect, can't get it.
He's going to split the difference there.
And this is
Michael.
a big bag for Charlie right here, and he gets it. Limits the damage, only 2.
For some reason they're laughing in the truck. I'm not quite sure why.
We keep his job entertaining.
Yeah. Well, he's probably watching something else. That's probably why he's laughing.
That's no fun. He's got to pay attention to us.
Oh, nah.
Man.
There have been many a times when I've run one right past him, and he'll go back and go, "Oh my God, dude, why did you say that?"
Always catch it in post.
Look at that. Had eyeballs on it. That one he tried to run it up through, and he loses one off the back side. So that's.
No, so we've talked about how
nice bag.
That's
there.
a great bag by
Really
Charlie as they're
good.
both in play. We talked about how the new, the rolling, and that's kind of all coming new and becoming popular now. Mick is so far against that.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
It's a great thing because, and you ask him why, he goes, Matt guy, all the old heads, run right up the middle. No fancy, just bags on the middle.
Oh.
What's that, 8 on 2?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's 8-2.
I don't know what happened there, what that was all about. Yeah, 8
It
on
is.
2.
But Mick is so far, and so I've seen his bags. With the Valor, it's going to be difficult to roll in the first place.
Yeah.
But he's very much run it down the middle.
He's
Make
a
somebody
purist,
beat me. If you can't run bags, you're not going to win. And it's just interesting to kind of see those visions of the game change. Because now all the juniors roll over everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've seen some now that can roll up over 2 bags.
we see Richard Jones throw open board roll bags because that's just how it leaves his hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Or using
Intentional
roll
or
bags,
not.
using roll bags as we talked about defensively.
Yep.
Which is just nuts to go plug up a hole that you might think you have access, and he says, "No, I don't think you are."
Yep. Yeah, not anymore. Hole is closed.
Womp womp.
Womp womp indeed.
There's
Charlie
gonna be
gets 2.
couple there, earn a couple back, so 15 on 11 will become 15 on 13. Steve Smith awaits the winner of this game. Tyler Amos is sitting up awaiting. Let's see, Nate Stevens is up on Austin Douglas 20-8. There's still some work to do. TJ Miller, after dismantling Tyler Amos, is sitting in the king seat of bracket A. Let's see what's going on in bracket B while you keep an eye on.
Charlie's content just trying to plug that hole and make shots. And we'll see what that's kind of come with the downside is because Charlie hasn't converted his as he sends another one off the back. And he knows it. He's frustrated. He knows it. Mick goes up, and he can't come down, but he sits backside. Charlie goes up, and he sends it off. Okay, right now it's 5 on 1 for ball. Now I have no idea. I got nothing.
I don't even.
It might be 4-4.
I don't even think they know. I think that might be a wash.
I think it's 4-4.
It is. It's a 4-4 wash. Josie Clare and Richard Jones are tangling now, 8-4 in bracket B. Brandon Earls awaits the winner of that match.
Frank Gears is playing Tyler Amos in the most anticipated matchup we've ever seen.
Oh yeah, no question. Yeah, we're as far from Thursday Night Frank as we can get, so I'm liking Tyler's chances.
And so that bag right now from Charlie is sitting in front of Michael's lane. We'll see. So he kind of tries to push it out of the way, sit next to it. He moves it a bit, and Charlie goes up and comes down. Hoagie throws it hard, and it bunches. They're going to fall. Charlie again in the end one.
And there's some brute force. So he and one. He got one of Mike's off the back.
You got the one on that backside. I think it's 10-7. It was 10-7.
10-7, yeah.
And that was a big-time bag because he needed to stop the bleeding, and he does. 16-15, a mid-game lead change.
See if I can find out what's going on in Mobile. They have not set up the final bracket yet. Still working out of their singles brackets.
And just like we talked about, Mick content just to run down the middle and make somebody else beat him. And right now, Charlie matched it, and it's a double four-bagger.
That's it. 12 on 12.
It's got to feel good when you can know I don't got to do anything fancy, no fluff, no frill. If I run them down the middle, you're not going to beat me.
Yeah.
It's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And Charlie has to feel pretty good about 16-15
Absolutely.
right now because that is not what we were looking at early. But the tide has definitely shifted, to be sure.
Well, we see it. We saw an 8-on-2. We saw a 4-4. We saw. I'm trying to think of what else. We saw a 3-on-8 the other way in favor of Charlie. But now we're getting to the point where mistakes start to matter. You get to that late game scenario. Charlie can give up 2, if not 4.
Can Michael somehow get that inside arm to go right to left and cut a little bit? He's got one left.
And that's a good bag. That kind of so Charlie can't just sneak around it.
Nope, he's going up and over and off the back.
If Mick goes in, this game is over. He's got to bring one with him.
Going to go right to left.
Nope,
and he's just going to lay it up on the board and leave it alone.
He'll take 3, 8-5.
All right, so it's going to be 18 on 16.
And so there we talked about, don't drag more than you can chew. Because Charlie's bags were sitting there enough that it made him think about it, and it's just not worth the risk.
Yeah. Let's take a look at bracket A in Mobile and see what's going on there.
This gives Mick a lane. He can split them.
Yeah. Jams it up just a little bit.
Charlie trying to split him, hit his bag, kicked around, and went in 8-8 wash. That is not what I thought was going to happen. That was a great bag by Charlie Van Arsdale.
All right, so the battle is on for the king seat in bracket A in Mobile between Doug Parker and Jack Harcrow. Harcrow right now, the number 2 seed, holds a 16-9 lead for that king seat in the bracket A. Parker Burgett and Brantley McClendon still getting ready to fire. Caleb Rogers over Dustin Arrett right now in the losers bracket, 17-5. So we'll keep an eye on that.
As we see these games continue to wind down here from the Glass City Center in Toledo, Ohio. Charlie with another level 5 block.
You and your levels.
Levels.
You people and your level blockers.
And he gets, what a bag.
What a shot.
And Mick sits right behind it, so now Charlie's going to have to piggyback it to wash.
Oh, and he does. How about that? What a shot. The piggyback oink oink. He got it. How about that?
10-10.
Little replay.
Damage.
Let's take a look at that again. Watch this. And the piggyback is when you hit the it's like a front side drag, but you grab one and take it with you on the front side. That's great. He was all jazzed up. Riley Brewster over Miles McClendon, 21-2. He's awaiting somebody to fight for that king seat spot in the B bracket.
And you see Charlie has another bag off to that left side. He goes up right away for it, and he touches it. He can't drag it, but he brings it in.
A little bit tighter.
Up again. Oh, and that's where that's going to hurt him.
Yep. No, that's going to come.
So now
that's going to come
you think
back.
he's still got to shoot that bag to drag it in. Because if he gives up 4, this game's over.
Clean the hole.
Up.
No.
And it doesn't fall. 10-8. Oh, it fell.
It did fall.
It fell.
It did fall.
And this game is over.
Wow. Oh, man, that's that Tiger Woods ball rolling at the end of the very last revolution.
A delayed reaction,
Just
but it falls.
Crazy.
And I thought he was going to shoot it for sure because we anticipated it was going to fall. He thought it wasn't. Tried to go through without touching anything.
Without touching anything, but just enough of a vibration on that board, 21-16.
Oh, that's a killer.
So Michael Hooksang and Steve Smith will now match up here on center court. Let's take a look down Mobile's way. Johnny Thomas and Sebastian Barger getting ready to face off. Gavin Lesh is 6 up over Zach Rush. Riley Brewster waits in the wings. Let's see. Larry Young and Gary Ferguson have still stuck on zeros. I don't even think they've begun yet. So,
knowing Gary, he's not even at the board.
Yeah, he's probably taking a shower. He was off somewhere showering. All right, so let's see. Let's get back to where we were here.
4th place game in Toledo going on right now. Richard Jones trying to put the finishing touches on Josie Claire. Based on her reaction, I don't know. There was a disgruntled look, but it might have been, let's see. Score updates, 19-20, Richard Jones.
Whew. Are they bracket B?
That is bracket B. The winner of that game will take on Brandon Earls, who got thoroughly shellacked by CJ
Slagance, yeah.
Slagance. I want to say Sluggins. Slagance.
Slagance. I'm going to give him the Slagance pronunciation. I may be wrong, but I'm going to go that way. So 2019 Richard Jones.
2019 Richard Jones, as we can peek out of that game from the corner of our eye here, just a few boards down. I think Josie has one on that back left-hand side.
Yeah, she's got 2, I think.
One bag is definitely in play, but the other one might not be. Steve Smith in my way, big bodied guy.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
what is it with you people on center court getting in the way of us seeing what's going on the auxiliary courts?
And I think this one just went final. 10-8, Richard Jones will advance. And to Brandon Earls, he will see. Yep, that game has just gone final.
Just finalized. So back to bracket A now. TJ Miller awaits the winner of a couple more games here. Will Steve Smith make his way back for the rematch is the question. He and Hoang. Hoang comes into this bracket the number 1 seed. Steve Smith, the number 11. Nate Stevens, Tyler Amos, some names that are still those that you're going to have to carve your way back through. So don't know if Tyler Amos has figured his game out. I'm sure he's over there playing with Frank Years has probably sharpened his skills significantly.
Frank has a way of making people around him better.
Better, yes, he does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nate Stevens is another person. We talked about Bryce Jefferson, how you don't want to see him in the loser bracket. The Hurts, you don't want to see him. Nate Stevens, you do not want to see him in the loser bracket.
No.
He ran a buzzsaw through a couple players today, and big names. I think Bryce Jefferson threw a 10-6-1 against him and lost, which is insane.
Unbelievable. You know, it's interesting. Brandon Earls, you know, our resident doppelganger collector,
Yeah.
Ryan LaBelle, the most obvious doppelganger of all. He goes out and finds people that look like other people that he knows within the ACO or otherwise. The doppelganger that I think we've missed the most is perhaps Brandon Earls and Caleb Hurt. It's almost like they're the exact same robot.
Yeah.
The way they deliver their build, the way their arm swing is, their delivery, the flat bag, and we see him over our shoulder right now against Richard. It's going to be interesting. I'm amazed we haven't seen him on center court through the course of doubles or singles.
He'll have a chance to meet us shortly.
See what's going on here comment-wise, if anybody's got anything. Man, we want to see Mobile. You can. All you have to do is go to the Facebook page or the YouTube page and click on it, and you can take a look at that.
We are unable to bring you Mobile live as we are not there. Would love to, can't. 12-12 starts our first round.
Yeah, the Civil War weekend within the ACO, North versus South. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Maz, the mouth of the southeast of Indiana. No, south. Where? Evansville.
South Indiana.
Southern
Indiana.
I
Yeah.
grew up in Louisville, so
Okay.
I'm very familiar with Evansville
Yep.
and the entire area.
I lucked out with 2 very short commutes to Worlds both these last 2 seasons.
Yeah, you got to love that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, you can almost see it from your house, probably.
Yep. I look out my apartment window and I can see the convention center.
When you're not over at Holiday World in Santa Claus,
Yep.
Indiana. We went to Santa Claus, Indiana, Santa Claus Land, actually, is what it was called before Holiday World when we were kids growing up. Steve leaves one of his rare
You'd think he tried to shoot and collect everything, and his ribeye, rare ribeye sitting there.
ribeye leaves a little low.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready, Nick. Don't worry. We've been ready.
Yeah. So that's 12 on 10. That gets us started at 2-0. Hoang jumps out to an early lead. And we talk about the rare bag that Steve Smith is storing. It's not because if he does something it's rare to see. It's because it's when he was playing earlier against TJ and they were both playing those bags. He had pink. Whether they're the Lucky Valors.
Yeah. Yep.
He was playing pink and TJ was playing the red. It was rare and medium rare.
So we see rare against Tartar as
yes.
Mick throws blue Lucky Valors.
Yes.
I would not bite into that steak.
I would not eat that one. That might be freezer burn. Run it up the middle and it sticks up and hangs. I don't know if you could go up and place them. Like, oh my God, look at that.
And now that hole's starting to get kind of jammed up. I think it's sitting 6 on 3. Steve has to get into wash at least, and he probably would drag a handful of his friends. And he doesn't.
He doesn't. So 6 on 4.
6-4. 6 on 4. The Tartar reigns supreme through the early rounds. And once he taps submit on the way back, because he forgot to do that.
So Nate Stevens is still out there lurking, as you mentioned.
Bryce Jefferson threw a 10-6-1 and scored 6 points.
That's insane.
Through 18 rounds. Like, you tip your hat to a game like that.
Yeah, but I would tell you his reaction to that, way different than it would have been 2 years ago.
Absolutely.
Oh, and
There's the one.
there it is.
There's the one.
And I feel bad for you. Steve, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and lay this one out here just to help out a little bit.
Oh, and he sends
my
one
goodness.
backside.
Almost looked
this
like it's...
game is not what we... Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, that's what we expect. But that looked like there was a piece of glass over the hole. It just slid back up to the midnight position.
And now he's going
up
to
and
go
over.
up for sure.
Oh, wow. I think this might be the fatigue we talked about earlier.
Is that a 10-2?
I think
Is
it
that-
is.
I don't know. I don't think it hit. Mick has one off. No, it's a 10-2.
Yeah.
Man. All right. 6-4. Boards got updated again. Because he didn't submit it the first time. Do it again. 10-2. Yep.
Yeah, 12-0 right now. Yeah, I heard you whisper, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. It does make you wonder, doesn't it? And is this the point of the day? Is this the point of the match where fatigue does start to take over? Because this is actually when you need that final adrenaline burst to get out of your bracket and be ready to fight in that final.
Yes, absolutely. And it's that last push that's the hardest gear to reach. But then on the other side of that, is TJ at a disadvantage sitting this long?
Yeah. Well, he's not warming up. I mean, boards are being gathered up, and there's still play being held. And if he wanted to, I'm sure he could. But maybe he feels confident in where he's dialed the game in. I see he's sitting over there next to Charlie Case.
And Steve,
boy,
just isn't.
Yeah, he's out of sync. I don't know if he submitted that.
Again.
Yeah. Hey, Michael.
Again, folks, we're like 8 feet from these guys.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think he submitted it, but they'll get to it when they get down there.
16-0 is our score, I think. Yeah, based on 4. Yep, 16-0. And Steve has another one that's on that backside. It's still in play. It's got a foot hanging. And you think now you have to start being maybe a bit more aggressive than you would earlier on, even if it's not working.
And that's
not it.
The bag, no.
No.
Look at that. That was just a little tap, tap, come with me if you want to live.
And, of course, it falls.
Yep.
And I'm surprised Steve Smith didn't try to go after that bag that's sitting in front. And now
Mike
Mick kind of says, no way.
Yeah, you're not getting it now.
Is he going to go up? He is.
Oh, and off the backside.
And that'll do it.
That's going to finish it. And once they submit, you're going to see that takes him over the top. And that is a goose egg reported. So
10-5. So submit that one.
Submit that one. So a little help there from your traveling partner. All right, so we've got, they had to put a 12-8. Go ahead, man, if you need to help him through it. I think that does it. That finishes it off. So Maz goes out, checks it out, gives him the thumbs up, and that's going to do it. That's going to move Michael Hoaxang on to the next round against, let's see who he's going to be facing off against here. Nate Stevens. He and Nate Stevens, and then Tyler Amos waits in the wings for that one. So elimination semifinal right here. Now that's the problem, as he was putting the score in, but he wasn't submitting it, so it wasn't clearing up the score magic part of the equation there. So it's all good, but those scores are right. That's correct.
And I think, Steve Smith is going to take exception to that because, again, that can definitely mess with your psyche and your mental. Obviously, the score shouldn't dictate how you play and,
Right.
But I definitely understand how it maybe can take your focus away from some of the things. And I think there's a question as to if that was right. From what we saw, that was accurate because they didn't put in a 6-4 and then a 12-8. And we kind of kept tally of it here sitting at the booth. I think Steve is questioning that 6-4 call. But from what I saw, those bags were accurate. The score we read is what is correct from what we've seen.
Yeah, they're talking to TJ now to make sure. So he's just making sure that everything was the way that it was supposed to be measured out. So Taters, congratulations.
There we go.
I'm sure that's not the way Hoang wants to finish that match, but
Yeah.
he and Nate Stevens, pardon me, good Lord. He and Nate Stevens will face off now. Stevens sets his bag off to the side.
And again, this is another one you don't want to run into.
And Steve Smith still talking to TJ about what it was that he saw, and they were talking about going back and down and not having submitted and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so I know the round Steve is talking about, it was that 6-4 when they kind of all bunched up on this side down here to our left. Steve thought the round was submitted. It wasn't. The score didn't update. It was still showing that kind of white score magic screen. Steve was under the impression the score counted, and so he thought Mick was given 2 points just
Two
on top
additional
of.
points,
yeah.
right.
But from what we saw and how this game is run, that score is accurate.
Well, and it happened twice.
Correct.
In the same game,
Correct.
which is unusual that it happens once, but to happen twice, is even more peculiar.
Yeah.
But again, it's up to them. It's a gentleman's game,
Correct.
and it's up to you to agree to what it is you're looking at.
And I wonder at one point if it's going to become more automated. No other score in sport is up to us to decide. Basketball's not run that way. Football's not run that way. I wonder at one point, do we transition to something like that? And what would that look like?
It would look like 64 people sitting at 64 sets of boards
Right.
at a World
Yep.
Championships, and I can tell you when that's going to happen. I'll be dead. I'll be long dead when that happens.
They'll use AI or robots or
AI,
something.
schmai. AI will take over and murder everyone in the building.
I got nothing.
You kids, you crazy kids in your AI. I
Hey,
can
man.
barely handle any intelligence, much less artificial.
Hey, man, I can't even work my toaster.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you're like Bill Burr. You need to download the app. Just want a piece of toast.
I got a smart kitchen, all that fridge and stuff. It all
you?
connect- I don't.
Yeah, uh-huh.
But I wish.
I had an Instant Pot or something.
Yep.
And I used it to make one thing. I tried to make bacon in it once, and I thought, this is a pain in the ass. I have an oven, so I just gave the Instant Pot. I think I gave it away to a homeless person. I don't even know who I gave it to. But it had an app, so if you were away from home, you could set your app to set your stew or whatever the hell you were slow cooking or whatever. I'm like, this is dumb. I can't even cook while I'm standing there, much less by remote control.
You gave it to someone that doesn't have access to an everyday kitchen?
An Instant Pot? Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I might have just.
Where is he going to plug it in?
I don't know.
That's
Wherever
amazing.
he plugs in his cell phone. That's
That-
what I can't quite figure out. All right, so he says, why don't you go ahead and keep score?
I think that's the right decision.
Yeah, it probably is. So Stevens jumps to an early 2-0 lead over Mike Hoang. Tyler Amos awaits the winner of this one, and ultimately TJ Miller awaits in the king seat here in Bracket A. Toledo Major, Glass City Center, and Glass City Center Court. With Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO, my man Maz over here, he is going to become a more familiar voice, I do believe, to you within the ACO digital network team. Starting to get to the point where fewer and fewer bags are thumping, music's getting a little bit lower, and all of a sudden you start to realize the players can hear what you're saying about them.
Yeah, that was those of you that heard my voice as the voice of Brazil Cornhole out in Brazil, Indiana for the ACO state tournament. A setup similar to this, but I was a lot closer. I was probably 4 or 5 feet from them, and I felt like I had to whisper because I don't want to be a distraction. You know, there's kind of that medium here.
You had to go into full master's mode.
As we see the little golf clap.
That's
Right.
why every once in a while I would get down on a low voice like this and then say things like, suck it, Jim Nance.
No longer the voice of NCAA Final Four and March
Nope.
Madness.
No, and Vern Lundquist, they bid goodbye to Vern Lundquist this past year after 40 years at the Masters. Some classic voices, but there are some new guys coming up through the business. I think that are absolutely some of my favorites. Kenny, I can't think of his last name. Does football and.
Oh, I know
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
He's the guy that, like, if somebody runs onto the field, he starts calling it like a play.
Yep. No, I've seen. Or the cat. If there's a cat on the field, that's
yeah.
another one.
Yep.
15 to the 10 to the 5.
Yep. what is his name? Oh, oh man, I just had it. Oh well, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Mick completes his half of the social four-bagger. Stevens again. Yes, sir.
And there it is. It's a good thing we haven't been socialing the double four-baggers today, or I'd be under the table already.
Yeah, we'd be on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have my water. The bar is still pushing on here.
Yeah, they got, I think our girl Crystal is still over there. She's got a tip jar to fill. And I would tell you, I would suggest that it's not a bad gig to be a bartender at an ACO event.
Oh, you get your money's worth.
Not at all, yeah.
Absolutely.
So TJ Miller is busy on his phone, sitting next to Charlie Case. I think the three of them were playing Space Invaders or something. I don't know. Who's that next to him over there?
7 Mile something. I've never seen that man before in my life. Playing Tetris, I'd assume.
Not quite sure what it is, yeah. Maybe the snake game, if you remember that on your old flip phone.
Mick trying to plow through that pile and has 3 bags clumped up on that left-hand side. Nate Stevens has one in front, and he front boards it. That's 2 he's side railed or front boarded.
He has one way down front. They like to give Junior Williams crap and call that a Junior Williams blocker.
Okay, so 6-6 right now because Nate Stevens has a bag left.
1 bag left. Can he salvage anything out of this?
And he'll get 1. 7-6. I think there's 3 bags out there. It look like there's 3.
Well, if you've had an opportunity to check out whether it is the stream from here in Toledo at the Glass City Center or whether it's been at the Outlaw Convention Center in Mobile, Alabama, hopefully you have enjoyed the cornhole, end-to-end cornhole, as the ACO Civil War weekend continues, North versus the South. We've seen some great matches. We've seen some unexpected blowouts. One of the names that was part of one of those dismantlings is still looming out there, and that would be one Tyler Amos, who continues to, his own detriment, warm up with Frank Gears over on another court.
The best reps are against Frank Gears.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, maybe it's just a confidence builder that's
There you go.
pinched up a little bit there.
And Nate, that's them both sitting slick side. That's a good bag if you can continue to hit that board, the vibrations. He has 1 bag left. No, one of them just fell.
Yeah, 1 dropped. Now it makes it almost more difficult.
Now it's decision time. Yep. Do you go up and try to get it, bring down your 2? Do you take your wash?
I don't know his airmail. Does he have a good airmail?
We're going to see.
He's going to come in.
Nope, goes in
No.
hot. It kind of pushes out of the way. You don't drag more than you can chew. 10-10.
Don't drag more than you can chew. A Maz original.
Board IQ was a Mads original from the.
Oh, is it?
Yep, it was
that's
from
you?
the Knoxville Major. Bill
Right.
made fun of me on the CBC broadcast. And he said, "Is that what we're calling it?" Yes, it is absolutely what we're calling it. It's a Mads original. Don't drag more than you can chew is a Mads original. I'm going to have a whole dictionary full of these
There
things.
you go. We got a handful of our own. There's a nice bag, get around bag. Michael's going to go ahead and run through that, clean everything up.
Nate has a very good roll bag. So if Mick is going to, I mean, I know Mick doesn't play a block game anyway,
Yeah.
but that's Nate's strength, is going up and over and kind of around over bags. And it's fantastic.
These are all his fans.
Yep.
They're going to get them on camera.
Oh, great.
Want to make sure we get the Maz fan club. They were like, did they run out and go get dinner without you and then come back? We'll get them on camera. Did they bring anything back? Did they
no, of course
DoorDash
not.
anything?
I don't think they've left yet.
Oh, okay.
I know that they were throwing some kind of practice games around here, but I don't think because I think they're waiting on me to leave.
Well.
Because they asked and they said, "How long are you going to be here?" Well, I'm going to be here until Finn and I can crown a champion.
Well, you are not obligated to do so, but you are certainly welcome to do so.
Got to get my wings, Finn.
Oh,
And that's
you saw a little bit of it right there.
yep. And
Like-
Mick's going to go through it, and that's exactly what Nate was going to
What
hope
he
he would
wanted-
do.
Yeah,
Yep.
wanted to have happen, yeah. And that becomes the question. I mean, at this score line,
Congratulations to Brandon Peck on winning Tier 2 singles. Brandon, could you come up to the table, please?
There's a couple there. That should even things out. Let's take a there's a shot of your fan club right there.
Happy to see him support.
Yeah.
I just texted the group. Smile, you're on camera.
Eric,
Kayla, Taylor, smile, you're on camera. She's not looking at her phone, so it's not really going to matter.
wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that there's a young woman that is not looking at her phone? Oh, no,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep.
Now they're looking. I think she's going to be kicked out of the Young Women's Club. Oh, you know why she's not looking at her phone? She's not driving.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, hey.
Finn with a zinger.
Sorry. If it's true. All right, so again, the Glass City.
And that's a great bag
Center.
by Nate Stevens again.
Yeah, up and around. Boy, that thing it looked like it was scurried. He's going to do it again.
Oh, and he
Took
kind of
one of Mike's
taps
with him.
mix in, which is fine.
Give him an opportunity to try to. Oh, he's not going to go after that. He's smart. There's that IQ you talked about again.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
just
think
gonna
that
get it in there.
bag definitely might be kind of on the verge.
Yeah.
Early game, you don't really hate the decision. Either way, go for it or don't go for
That
it.
leaves you at 6-on-4, so you're fine.
Yeah. And we'll see, mixed game is running bags, but Nate will play a dirty game because he knows he can clean it up. He knows he can roll, he can push through it, and we'll see kind of whose play style takes center court here,
Right.
or center stage. The Blueprint Wolverines makes Jody Thurman happy.
You know what is interesting, and you don't see it more with any other player maybe than Gary Bearpaw.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to get somebody to convert to playing at your rhythm and your pace. I don't know that anybody's better at getting you to do what they want you to do than Bearpaw.
Does Gary play a fast game or a slow game?
Very, very methodical.
Okay.
And you will not, honest to God, you could probably take video of him and run it. It's like a template video. You could run 10 shots of his together, and it would look like one shot if they were overlaid. He plays a very methodical game. He started over the last half season maybe to try to develop a roll bag, but he doesn't need it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We talked about that, the same thing with Mike Hoang, is if you don't need to add those things, if you can play your game and kind of get other people to kind of fall in line, you don't have to change your formula. Another one that plays a very slow and methodical game is Michael Chittenden. Very slow, very calculated, only picks up one bag at a time. And it's like, man.
Well, and also there may be no more ironically named person at the ACO than Zach Rush.
Yeah.
Did you get it? Oh, you did it. How about that? Yeah, Zach Rush, and my favorite statistic about Zachary Rush is the number of games that he's involved with, and I don't know what kind of music you like, but the number of games he's involved with that end 21-12. And I don't know if that makes sense to you at all.
Yeah. No, I understand.
The Rush album, 21-12. For whatever reason, Zach Rush has so many matches that are 21-12. Look at you. He's cracked my phone. Barry Hempy has hacked my phone to get a picture of our Tier 2 winner. Very nice. Who was throwing those high rollers.
As Nate sits a bag right in front, Mick has one in place still on that back right-hand side, and he goes at it, and he pushes the bag out. Not as clean as we're used to seeing him play. Oh, and he goes airmail, and he can't bring it back.
I'll tell you what, though, we did see one drop almost in a time-release fashion earlier. Will that be the case this time?
Nope.
We just got a call from the truck. In my ear, I heard someone say that Hoang wins the entire tournament. Stevens? Oh, hang on. Correction. The truck has told me that I was incorrect.
The truck yelled at you for being wrong on
Yes,
live.
Nate Stevens is going to win the entire tournament according to the folks in the truck.
That means he's going to have to get through Amos and get through a red-hot TJ who has been sitting for a long period of time, and he's going to have to double-dip TJ and then beat the B bracket.
Yeah, and then beat the B bracket champ. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of cornhole to be played here.
our bracket is so far behind.
Yeah, let me take a look while we're thinking on that. Slegance beat Brandon Earls 21-5 to come out. And I don't know.
He has no losses, so
no
Slegance
losses.
will come in with no losses. So if Nate Stevens takes down a bracket, Slegance has to win one game.
Yeah, that's it. One and done.
If TJ wins, then it becomes the best 2 out of 3. But only if TJ wins, because Slegance has 0 losses, just mowed down that bracket. And again, Brandon Earls 21-5 is not an easy accomplishment.
No.
That is insane.
He is on fire and wants to stay that way.
And again, but now we're talking about how we have 3 more games left, 3+ more games left. And then it's going to have to get to Slegance. So is that going to play a factor in him and as much as TJ? Because he's been sitting. Nate Stevens content to just run hole for hole here and see if Mick makes a mistake. Another 4-bagger. And a social.
There it is. Double 4-bagger. Gets it done. We stay on 14-4. See IMF grabbing the final bits of their gear and loading out. One of our bag partners who was in the house, True Cornhole. Why So Serious Cornhole? Ruthless Bags. We're here spending the weekend with us here in Toledo. The Glass City.
Very nice complex.
Yeah.
The tattoo
Convention,
festival
yeah.
right next door to us.
Yep. We still couldn't get Gears over there to get his Lifetimer tattoo, or Heinerman for that matter, but so busy, just so busy. They're way too busy.
Frank Gears doesn't have a lifetime tattoo. I
Not
feel like
yet.
that's
He keeps saying he's waiting for the exact right design. We figured out his design. Now we've got to find the artist. I've got the perfect artist. Another double 4-bagger social there. Congratulations to those of you who are celebrating thusly. Let's see what else we got here from a comment standpoint. Anybody else? Cut bag is nasty. Jacoby, I would not disagree with you, man. It's like I said, it like scurries and scampers on its own. It's like it's got its own eyeballs. Crazy. 14-4. Nate Stevens, Michael Hoangsang.
You got to think this is Michael Hoangsang needs to start stringing things together. At this point now, you kind of have to start playing some defense. He plays a fast bag, and that's the problem. You really can't lay a block unless you go to the left-hand side like he did. You really can't lay a block with a 9. Throwing a 9-7 makes it difficult. But you have to start finding ways to manufacture points. And right now he's in fear of giving up 2 more, making it 16-4 if Nate can convert, and Nate does.
Well, and
we'll
honestly,
see if he's going to go after it.
No,
I wouldn't.
I don't think he will. And I honestly think that's going to be the determining factor. If he does that a couple more times, it's game over because, honestly, they're just going to go hole for hole otherwise.
Correct.
Nate is dialed in.
Exactly, and that's where you have to kind of understand. Sometimes you have to play a defensive game. You can't just run it. You can't just play with the PPR, and you have to find a way to manufacture points. It's just so consistent, and it just cuts like that. Reminds me of Richard Jones a lot in that kind of bag style and how it kind of flies.
Well, and it's funny because Nate attacks the hole and Mike sneaks up on it.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, look at that. See there?
Jeez.
That's unbelievable. It didn't even touch Mike's bag.
And Mike's got to get it, but he sends one to the left-hand side.
Yeah,
One of them's out of play for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't surprise me if he got, he tried to hit it and get around it without touching.
And he knew
Michael
it.
ran it up through. That's going to be a wire.
And that's huge for Mick not to give up 2 more.
Yeah, that's big right there because every indication was that it was going to cost him 2.
$16-4 is where we sit here currently. I believe this is the 4th place game, right? Because Tyler Amos is sitting in the 3rd place game.
I believe so, yes.
4th place game here in the A bracket at the Glass City Convention Center here in Toledo, Ohio. We are winding down. B bracket has come to a close. A bracket sits good 20 minutes behind. More than 20 minutes for sure. Nate Stevens now has a bag that's on the margin of being in play or not. And he goes at it hard and pushes 2 bags on that right-hand side. And Mick goes to sit right in front of him. It would fall with an airmail, but I don't think that's Nate's strength. So we'll see.
Well, as I asked you earlier about his airmail, he's going up for it. He dropped 2.
He did. He picks up. So it's 9 on
Michael's going to
12.
run it through there.
And he gets his 3. And
Wow.
so Nate's strength for sure is that cut roll bag because it's just so consistent and effective. He can hit an airmail, but it's not what he wants to do. And we saw in that case, I mean, he got the result per se because those 2 fell, but obviously he wasn't able to convert.
Taters exchanged as the combatants here at the center of the Cornhole Coliseum continued to do battle. Who will be the lion and who will be the victim is the question, and I think we've just answered the question.
And Mick continues to kind of struggle to put that back. He kind of pulled a Jody Thurman when he can just chalk an outline out there.
Yeah, that's where he's missing to, that's for sure. And he's not going to gather it.
Yeah, that would be a silly chase. It's not worth giving up the game. If you go off that board, it's over. He's going to stay down, give up his 2 points, live to
Take
fight
that
another
middle.
day. Yep.
Going to put it at 18 on 7, assuming Nate's able to finish the job here, which he does.
Three points or a mistake and a half-ish. 2 mistakes away.
Well,
Because you got to think the mistake isn't going to be Mick sending one off the back.
no.
But-
It'd be him laying it off to the side and ungettable,
Yep.
if anything. Interesting play right there. He's going to
Okay.
try to force that mistake. Interesting play.
And we'll see if he rolls over. He goes to collect it. Roll. Okay. Which is a replace.
Right.
That's fine.
Replaced in a pinch. Nice bag right there by Hoang.
So now how can Nate Stevens avoid that bag that's sitting about 7 o'clock?
He can. No, he didn't choose to. He chose to
Sit right behind
lay
it.
that blocker back in there. Up and over. Oh, now.
Now
Oh, he's got 1 bag left, does Mike. Now, does he run this right up the middle?
I say you try to
I
make
think he does. Slick side down.
Oh,
He
and
tried to.
and he missed. He just kind of jumped right over that hole. He's still sitting in good hole position.
Good stuff. Michael just cleaned those 2 up.
And it's
It's going to be
10-8. No matter how you dice
Pick
it,
up
he
2.
still
Yep.
gets 2.
Wow. So 20 on 7.
That
And then coming
had
up, the winner will take on Tyler Amos here on center court.
that round was a roller coaster of he's going to do this, this, and this, and none of them are right. I did not think that's how that round was going to end.
No.
But now that magical number, Mick is 1 mistake away.
Yeah, he has a Nate has a delivery that the bag lands. Nice bag there. Louder than most, and it reminds me of Jeremiah Ellis's bag.
Yep.
The way it would hit, there was thunder behind that bag. That should be fine for Michael. He'll probably just clean everything up here. Oh no, he's going to lay in behind it.
That's an interesting decision. And
Yeah,
I'm
especially
not
with
sure.
with that cut bag that Nate's got. I don't know if I would have made that decision.
Oh,
No.
so now it's a shoot to survive.
Yep.
He's
up
up.
and over.
He's short.
No, that is short. All right.
Nate Stevens and
All
Tyler
right.
Amos come at you.
How about that? All right. Well, congratulations. Nate Stevens takes out Michael Hoang, who's had himself one hell of a weekend, to be sure. Tyler Amos, Nick Stevens will get their warm-up tosses here and get ready to go, and we will have all that for you coming up here on the ACO Digital Network.
Congratulations again to Mick Hoang, who took down 4th place, which is nothing to frown about in a loaded, absolutely loaded ACO Toledo Major main bracket. That's the A side we are sitting in. Tyler Amos and Nate Stevens set to do battle. Loser takes 3rd place. Looking at the bracket here, Nate Stevens, the 42 overall seed, against Tyler Amos, the 8. And we'll have a few down and backs. I assume Tyler Amos got to get back up warm to center court, and we will come at you live once again. This is the third place game in this bracket, the final game of our elimination. Winner gets back to TJ Miller. It's been a long day here in the booth for us. Winner gets back to TJ Miller, who will have to lose twice in order not to get out. I think we'll have a handful of down and backs. Let Tyler get reacclimated to center court, where his last showing was against TJ Miller, and that game did not go exactly as he had wanted it. Oh, Finn's laptop is off, so I can't check the scores for you guys. But it was not the game we were accustomed to seeing from Tyler, and that contributed to a couple different things. The boards here in center court are a little stickier than the auxiliary boards. Tyler had gone kind of a game in between playing on center court, so TJ's kind of made a run through all of the winners bracket. We've had a bunch of his games, so there's kind of a couple different reasons at play. But overall, you have to put the bag in the hole. That's what it comes down to, and that's what these players are known to do. And we'll see kind of who shows up tonight here in this third place game in A bracket, coming to you from the Glass City Convention Center in Toledo, Ohio. This is the ACO Digital Network. I'm Isaac Mazenka. You know me as Maz. Finn will be back in a moment, and we'll come back at you live once they are ready. I think they gave the signal for one more down and back. I saw the fingers wag, so we will take another minute. Nate Stevens, the king of Cornhole, calling it now. All right. One of the early May predictions has Nate Stevens taking home the crown. We'll see. Definitely has had his fair share of fantastic games in majors. Took home the Kentucky Indiana State singles tournament title. Has a major win wearing the major purple jersey here on center court. Definitely a new face on the scene of talented players that can make deep runs. And we'll see come Thronesboro in July. Nate rolls over his bag, drags his bag with him. It's just a thing of beauty when you're able to hit shots like that. Leaves Tyler's where it is the big thing. It's one thing to go collect all those bags at once and go through them. It's another thing to leave it there. They gave a fist bump. They gave a head nod. I think we are going live here. The third bracket. It's the elimination final, third place game. Tyler Amos in the blue lane in the yellow corny 40 jersey. Man. Nate Stevens in the major champion purple jersey in the red lane. Tyler high seed, first bag, and we are off and underway. We'll see. Tyler had some issues kind of controlling his bags in the king seat game, the winner's final. We'll see if that kind of plays into effect now. He seems to be much more controlled. He's always a calm, even-keeled guy, but we'll see kind of if that memory, if there's any lingering memory. As right now he puts a beautiful block right in front of that hole there. Nate Stevens just goes right through it. But so far, we've seen a very, again, even-keeled, calm Tyler Amos, and that's what we're used to seeing. His half of the four baggers is complete, and first round is a social.
I'm in.
Welcome back.
Did somebody say social? I never went anywhere. I was just sitting here marveling.
That is true. 12, 12, 0 on the scoreboard.
And again, I know we say it and then we jinx ourselves, but the possibility of this game
Going 40 rounds.
is mind-numbing, but possible.
And then we'll see it's going to be 12-2 before blink of an eye.
Right. Well, that's why I'm saying it in hopes that somebody decides to take an aggressive lead here. But for those of you who are
got some Nate Stevens King of Cornhole predictions in the chat
yeah, we
there.
do. I was going to say, this chat just blew up. See him in Danville, Kentucky regionals all the time. CJ, Nate. That's Todd Gammon, yep. Kentucky boys. Not surprised to see the Midwest showing up and showing out.
Tyler to complete his half of the second social in a row. He does. Nate Stevens to match. Up and in, double social as we start this third
Right
place
on.
game, the elimination final.
Can't beat that.
It's not as fun drinking water bottles during socials.
Yeah, you might have to have on a
Man.
depends.
0-0 our score as we are 2 rounds deep.
Sing Sing checking in. Good to see you, Ricky, my man. We missed you this weekend.
And so one of the things we saw in the first time Tyler was on center court, or not the first time, but the last time against TJ, was missing bags left and right. That's so uncharacteristic.
Right.
We're seeing a much more dialed in Tyler Amos, and that could be because you played the games with Frank.
Well, I think he was over there just trying to get his groove back. And I think what's interesting is I was watching him over there while they were doing that, while we were watching this on center court. He was just getting his arm position and everything else right. He wasn't shooting airmails. He wasn't. I think he's. We talked about he didn't have the same faith in his airmail that he typically does, but I think he does. I really do. If he needs it, I think it'll be there for him. And I think he was just trying to get back into a groove for general bag delivery, for lack of a better way to say it. Washing tens, as my man Alan Ballard said earlier.
And we still show zeros on
Yep.
that scoreboard.
It's going to be a minute, this one. Might want to play some of these other matches on another court. Although we would get, we would get hung out to dry hard.
Yeah. There's no matches we can play. Everybody's waiting for a winner. The perks of being here in the elimination final from the Glass City Convention
No,
Center.
that's right. Yeah, they can't do anything until we're done.
No, because TJ's waiting
He's
for the
sitting
winner
over
here.
there eyeballing. You still can.
Oh, and a good bag by Tyler Amos, and that's what we were missing in that Kingsley game, and he brought it today.
Just run that through. Oh, he cut around his own bag. He's going to leave that there and make Tyler do a little work.
Which is fantastic if you had that in your arsenal. Just kind of leave that bag there,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what happens. We see if he's going to roll over it to wash, push through it to wash also,
Coming in hot.
and push
and
through it.
cleans it up. Thank goodness. A wash. Two eggs over easy.
Yet another social. Water bottle.
Alan Ballard, thanks for the Washingtons shout out.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I keep trying to claim it as my own, but I can't in good conscience just do that.
Well, Bill tried to claim board IQ, so he has bad conscience.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's listening. Bill, you're mean to me.
It's all right. I'm stole swing oil
Yep. Oh, really?
from him.
Oh, nice.
No, I always call it go-go juice.
Okay. Very different.
Yeah.
Very different. Nate moves that bag with every throw. We'll see if he can get back in.
Is he going to be able to, with that third bag, to get it in a claimable position? Tyler says, well,
Not anymore.
nah, baby, nah.
I don't
Roll
think
bag.
so.
Tried to
Anytime.
cut that right to left and left it up
He missed it too high.
Yeah.
His landing point was too high. It kind of stayed up that top right corner. Tyler to collect and maybe get 4.
And he does.
Could.
Great bag.
If he can't bring this bag in, it's 4. He could as many as 7 if he sends it off somehow.
Bring it out. He's going to take 2.
Oh, he got
yeah.
it. Nice.
Take 2 and take 2. So a 12 on 10. That finally somebody cracks an egg here in the Center Court Cafe.
Center Court Cafe. Nice.
Is there a strategy to having the other guy picking up your bags when you're this late in the game and fatigue starts to set in?
You know, I've never thought about it like that, but there definitely could be kind of some, oh, is he almost front boards one?
It's an alpha male. Yeah, it's an alpha dog. The way to go at it.
It is. I always do the score. They can get the bags.
Yeah. Well.
Or older, more seasoned players say, I don't want to touch the tablet. That also happens.
Right.
Yep.
But that's also, if you're playing a senior who doesn't want to touch the tablet and they're doing all the bending and breaking, picking up those bags, you know what? Good for you. Look at that. That thing just
ridiculous.
And it ran to the right back to the center. Just insane. Just insane.
Amos trying to collect it. You can tell he's kind of trying to hit that bag.
There's your Isaac Hurt push collect right there, that one. Can he get it? Is he going to chase it with a slim 2-0 margin?
I don't think you chase here.
I think he does.
Oh,
he almost got it.
And he does bring it closer, but he's out of bags. It's up to Nate Stevens to get in without it.
He won't even touch this. It'll go right to left without.
Oh, he hangs up.
My bad, dude. That's why I'm whispering now so he doesn't hear me. Oh, he's got earbuds in.
Yeah, they both have earbuds in. We're fine.
Oh, they do, yeah.
It's another Washington-Seattle. No, Washington. Something like that.
You just make it whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Washington, Florida.
Yes. Washingtons.
Speaking of which, those of you joining us in Auburndale in 2 weeks for our Margaritaville Major, that'll be a fun one.
That should be a big one. I know you're going to be there. Yeah.
I will be down there.
Will that put you over the road dog limit? Will that put you at 13?
Branson was already in the plans, so I
Okay.
counted Branson as 1, but I need Florida to be a road dog.
All right.
So I will be a road dog at the end of this year.
You'll be a road dog, and if I'm not mistaken, you'll be wagging your tongue there with Andy B. from B3 Cornhole, calling the action from the Auburndale Major.
Yep, you will hear us on the call there, coming at you live from the RV Margaritaville Resort.
Yep. It's a pretty cool place. That's one I was hoping to make this year, but with my daughter graduating from college this year, it just put all kinds of additional travel in that I wasn't experiencing the year before or next year. So I plan to be out on the road a whole lot more next year, especially getting out to the Black Hills. I'm absolutely doing that one.
That one looks so pretty out there.
I've been out to Sturgis for the motorcycle rally, but not been out to outside of Deadwood. Really haven't been out there. So these guys just built a big pile. There's a bunch of real estate in that hole available.
And I think that's rollable for Nate.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can get over that pile.
You said he doesn't want to run that, try to take that airmail, so he's going to try to roll over it.
Oh, and he does, but he kind of hops to the left-hand side. It's a 6-6.
So wash.
Yeah.
There you go.
Six on 6.
If you listen closely, listen. Do you hear that? You hear what that is? The sound of eyes rolling in the truck. Tyler Amos's blood pressure has dropped to a 3. Eric Heinerman's blood pressure is 265.
If they balance out, they're the perfect human.
Yeah, between the two. Sometimes it's fun to know what you know. Sometimes maybe not. This particular case it is.
Tyler sits behind Nate's bag, and that's going to be a long roll if Nate's going to have to go over a couple rotations.
Yeah, they're building a little
Again, we're piling it up down over there.
little wall. But you know, it's funny. It's
That's a great bag.
Nice bag, but you haven't seen the roll bag really. Nate's roll bag hasn't really,
Nope.
come out to play.
We've seen an open board cut. That's about it.
Yeah.
So Tyler can pick up as many as 6, depending on what happens with this bag here. He goes through and he can't convert. It sits on the right-hand side. It is sitting slick, so it's more willing to fall down. It depends what Nate's bag does.
Got
Nate
nothing
goes
left.
up,
He rolls it
and
up
he gets 6
over.
anyway.
He just sits up top.
Oh, my goodness.
That is, as my good friend the Mississippi Ninja likes to say, a big old pile of mess right there.
10 on 4, and there's the big round.
The 6th spot for Tyler.
Yep.
And again, waiting in the wings is TJ Miller, who has found his way over to a board to get loosened up now. He's over there playing.
Wiley Chambers.
Who is that?
Wiley Chambers.
Oh, okay. Thought that was John Wayne.
Wiley in the hat. Cowboy hat, cowboy boots, the full shebang.
That is a lot of hat.
That is a lot of hat. 12 whole gallons for Texas.
I guess so.
Tyler Amos sits around 7 o'clock, very much in play. Nate's kind of cut around it, but brings Tyler's with him. And again, we haven't seen as clean of a cut as we've seen the last game. First half of the 12 is complete, and another social.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed.
I'll take part. I will
Where's Frank? I need a vodka cranberry.
enjoy this. Oh, do you? He's over there. All right, now you've said something the truck is interested in.
All right. The truck is back on our side. Thanks, truck. Frank's going to see the text and go, who the heck is Isaac?
Of every match that we've seen today, particularly in the singles, I don't think that I've seen a match. This is going to sound stupid because I said it. Where I've seen two people playing that are so unaware of the person they're playing against. It looks like they're practicing.
Yeah,
they're
they don't
in
care.
their game.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep. There's no kind of outside noise, no nothing. It doesn't matter.
They are playing their game, and they're practicing. And if the guy practicing next to him is a point better here or a point better there, that's how it goes.
Nate has not been able to convert those rolls this game.
He's not.
It's very different. We'll see if Tyler gets aggressive, goes up, kind of sits maybe a back block and forces Nate to shoot. I think Tyler shoots, and he doesn't. He backs blocks. All right, interesting.
Now, is this the roll bag? I know we've asked that a number of times.
I think it has to be.
Came in on the corner. What? It's just sticking.
He can't.
Yeah, there's no oomph behind it.
Yeah, there's no kind of give. There's no flexibility there. It's just down.
I'll tell you what, I'm over here watching TJ warm up. It is airmail, 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 airmail. That's all he's doing. And
Another
bang.
one.
Yeah.
Up and down. Oh, Frank, what a guy. He does know my name.
His text was crystal clear.
Shut up. Appreciate you.
No, I'm good, thank you. He checked your ID. I love it.
I just turned 11 last week. Basically. 10-0, still our score. And this is not... Nate has a chance to kind of convert some points here as Tyler has 2 around the hole. Not out of play for sure, but it depends on what Nate wants to do. He collects 1.
So he's got, what, 1 bag left. He's not going to chase.
I think we'll end 10-12 here, and Nate will finally crack an egg. Right decision if he can convert. It is up, and it is
in.
down.
There it is. All right, so he's on the board. Puts up his first crooked number.
10 on 2, and that, not going to lie, Finn, that was a lot longer than I thought it was going to wait for that first point.
Yeah.
His roll bag isn't doing what it did the game before, and I'm not sure if if he's going to have to change anything, make some adjustments, but it's not moving. It's not as, what's the word? It's not as young as it looked before. Spry.
Yes, yes.
Looks more like Gary Ferguson than Isaac Hurt. We'll start there.
Well,
But
Ryan,
Gary's pretty spry. I'm not going to lie to you.
yeah. He's got some moves.
He's
And,
got some moves.
If you take 6 showers a day, that tends to help.
The truck may or may not agree.
Yes. So Harcrow and Douglas Parker are facing off down in Mobile right now for the championship, it looks like.
As Nate tries to plug that hole, forces Tyler to make a decision here. Mid-game. Mid-game strategy check. Airmail, no drag to wash. Can try to go through everything and wash at 12s. He goes up and he goes off.
The backside.
Gives up 3, 10-5.
Well, how many 10-0 leads have we seen evaporate today? It seems like that's
Like
the
5.
magic number. Yeah, 10 has been the magic number.
And then we kept an eye on a couple of them on the auxiliary courts, too. I mean, Carol Wozniak was up 10-0 over Sean Scott. Kennedy Meineke was up 20-4 or 20-7 against Austin Douglas. And he was playing for a while after that,
Nice
so he
bag
kind of got
there.
his bearings around him. That was a beautiful bag by Nate Stevens, trying to find some groove
A
again.
little brute force behind that one. That'll be easily collectible there from Wig Jam.
Wing Jam. Big country.
Big country.
Nate Stevens converts his half of the social. And Tyler hangs up.
Fourth bag blues right there is going to cost him a couple, so 10-5 becomes 10 on 7. Again, live from the Glass City Center, Toledo, Ohio, center court. Don't know where they are in the final brackets in Mobile, Alabama, but the ACO Civil War weekend continues, North versus South. We have had ourselves a hell of a weekend here. It has been big, big fun on a lot of different fronts. Sammy Van Sickle takes down juniors. McKenna Ballou, the women's division. Michael Hoaxang is our seniors champion. Russell Tabers and Martina Belt take the co-ed doubles. The Bagmaster quads went to the BP Bags team over high rollers. Blind draw was Nate Stevens, who you're looking at right now, with Chad Mabry over Travis Jordan and Ken Goodhue. And then doubles, TJ Miller and Steve Smith took down Jody Thurman and Richard Jones earlier today here on center court at the Glass City Center court. Little pile laid up front. Now, he can't roll over top of that, can he? Because we haven't seen a roll bag that would have been worthy of
No, we haven't
getting up
seen
over
it.
the top there.
And he
Oh,
does.
there
So
it
what
was.
is that?
There it was.
What is that? Shut up to Isaac and Finn in the booth there?
There it was. No, I was challenging him. We'll
Yeah.
take another look at that, because just when we said he couldn't do it, we'll take a look at the
Oh, and Tyler just
At the
can't push
replay.
through. He leaves one bag there. It
Leaves
was a
one
great
sitting
push,
high.
but he couldn't get it.
watch this. It comes in and hits just right, and then
Oh,
rolls
my
up
goodness.
over top.
And that's what we talked about, is he wasn't hitting his spots in the first 15 frames we've
Yeah.
played. That one hit his spot, and he hit it beautifully.
Yep, I got to figure that bag heard me talking you-know-what about him, and
Yep.
said, all right, I got you. I'm going to make you look like the dope that you are. Little
Teach you to talk nonsense about me.
Mm-hmm.
And just like that, 10-0 becomes 10-9.
Yeah.
And it evaporates. And there's another one that I thought was going to jump right in.
Yeah. There's a little chess being played now.
Amos continues to throw sticky side down.
He is. This is the most conservative I think I've ever seen him play, because earlier he didn't trust his email.
Man,
or email, his airmail, and I'm just kind of dumbfounded by how conservatively I've seen him play.
He's up.
Oh, there it is.
And it's nothing but the bottom. And I was saying, at this point, you have to shoot it because you can't just give up 4 or 8.
No, I should have laid in a derby bet today. I've been right on the front edge of success.
And
Oh,
he hits one bag off, hops his own in. Right now, it's 5-on-7 in favor of Nate Stevens. Tyler has a bag left. Does he go hard through the pile here? Does he try to airmail again? He just hit one.
yeah, he's got to airmail it, I think.
All right, we'll see. He's going
And
six
he
side
goes
down.
low and hot, and he runs a couple
10-9.
in. Yep, he runs 2 of his in and 1 of Nate's.
And he'll get a point. 10-9. Yeah, I thought about airmailing it, but then he turned it over slick side. And
No, I didn't see him. I was looking at the hole. I wasn't looking at his hand.
yep, he wanted that big push.
Good stuff. Another instant replay there. Did you get a chance to look at that? Tyler Amos. Couple slices of bacon on top of Nate Stevens' 9. Winner of this one takes on the forever warming up and now resting TJ Miller.
Forever airmail champion.
That's a beast.
Oh, and Nate Stevens sends him
there
on the
it
right-hand
is.
side.
He did that early on. He railed one off, didn't he? Or maybe the first round.
Yeah, and he gave up 5. I think it was a 12-7.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, that's the problem. When you throw a bag that kind of cuts that aggressively, is it just, if you don't hit it exactly where you need to, that's the result you're going to get.
Yeah. Tyler bounces one of his in there. He's able to push it in. Nice collect right there from Nate.
Tyler can get at least one if he puts one in here, and it is up and it is in. Guaranteed at least one, depending on what Nate does with his last bag. And it's 3.
Oh, now he's going to pick up tres amigos.
3 more strips of bacon.
And I'll tell you what, the gait of Nate has slowed significantly, making Tyler wait. Thank you very much. I am a doctor, Seuss, but whatever.
Okay, the truck and I did not like that.
Didn't care for that one? All right. Now, the beautiful part is I'm too old to care.
Beautiful way to live life.
I do think they probably should adjust the boards. They should probably bring those boards back up.
Yeah, we're a little far back.
A little tighter to the line, but that's up to them to do.
We are the eyes and the ears. We are not the mouth, except when we're talking to you folks.
Yeah. We're the eyes, the ears, and the mouths. They are the feet and the hands.
There you go. And the brain, I guess.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Breakfast Club. Yep. You mess with the bull. Get the horns.
Tyler with the beautiful collect bag goes slick side down.
He's already put the double 4-bagger in there. He's all he's got to do is submit, and bang, there it is. So 14 on 9 remains. There it is. Now they're going to drag that board. They heard a little bit of that. Maybe they're listening to us. Who knows?
Maybe that's what's in their AirPods.
You think that's what's in there? If it is, that's the most pathetic thing ever.
I want to hear what they're saying about me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Maybe.
would get really frustrated with the delay
Pick up a few tips, yeah.
because it's definitely not live in their ears as we're saying it. So you got to think there's like a few seconds or two. I would get frustrated.
Then you just hear us talking in general.
That's fine.
That's all right.
That's why we're here.
So 8:11 in the p.m. We're going to have to find us a place to grab a little dinner after this is all said and done, see where the champions are going, and maybe we'll follow them. We may end up at the back at the British pub. I think that was the latest place open.
Man. Place.
Things could be worse. Oh, nice up and over. Is that one of each?
Yeah, he
You
brought
dropped
in
one
one
of
of Nate
each.
Stevens' bags. Tyler has 2 in front of the hole. Nate has 1. Nate's going to try to roll, but he clips his bag too much, and he can't get anything over. There's no vertical there.
No, it's coming in at a too low of an angle.
And you can see it on his face. He knows it, and he's frustrated. Tyler goes up a short airmail trying to pony it in. He can't.
Dave Reese says he's getting tired, it looks like. Yeah, I could see that. Dylan checking in. What's up, Maz Finn?
And I think is that an 8 on 8? It is. 8 on 8. Nate pushes one of Tyler's bags in, and we are still 14-9.
And he's throwing those, what'd you say, the Wolverines? The
Blueprint Wolverines. That's what I see.
All right, so 14 on 9. This is one of those games we always talk about that knowing what's on deck and what we have coming up, this one's going to be 21 to 20 and a half.
Yeah, this is going to be a slow kind of back and forth, 2 points here, 2 points there, take what you can get.
No, we're not into the mistake portion of the program just yet, as we've discussed.
Yep.
It's just who's got more gas in the tank. The prediction from the truck has come in. I will write it down and unveil it later.
No, but as Tyler continues to creep towards that magic number 21, the mistakes do start playing a part of it. He's at 14 right now.
Yeah, we're not there just yet, but because that one's going to drop. Nate knows that he's just going to run through it and clean it all up. Yeah. Interesting that they both have a similar pre-shot routine, the flip. Now he can cut right to left, which he's been doing all day very effectively, and does just that, picks up a couple. Nicely done. So 14 to 9 becomes 14 to 11.
I said 2 points here, 2 points there, and
Yes,
that's how this game is going to go.
Yes, you did. And Nate's got to be happy to know that even if the roll bag isn't happening the way he wants to, that cut bag, he's missed that very few times, if any, when he's tried to throw the cut.
Tyler continues to throw sticky side down, which is interesting considering the board conditions, but it's been working so far. Nate still can't jump over that bag.
That's going to cost him.
And he can pick up 2 if he stays clean here, but he still goes sticky side down. Roll slick side.
Oh, he came in hot,
Don't matter.
No, but he came in hot.
Yep.
The launch angle on that thing was almost a zip line straight. Oh, there's another one.
Now it's decision time.
Staying sticky side down, right to left. He's not going to lay in front, is he? Oh.
So it's not in front, and it's kind of.
No, he can push through it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And now he makes Nate have to go around the outside.
He's got to
which
go right to left.
possibly could be a side rail. And never mind, he does. Yep. Eat my words. Sorry.
He did it. He did.
But now Tyler has to shoot to. No, he doesn't. On to wash, shoot to get points.
He can run through it, slick side down.
And he
gives
gets
them
4.
both of them nicely done. Pulls up 4 points, so 18 on 11 now.
Now we're in the mistake
Very
time.
excited. Look how excited he is.
I think I saw him grin.
His blood pressure is up to 4.5.
Crack a smile every now and then. But now we're getting to the point where if Nate tries to roll and it continues to kick left to right, this is going to do it if he can't rein things back in.
Doesn't do much to discourage him.
3 points to the magic number. Tyler sits 18-11.
Inside arm, he can move it.
Yeah. That one's hanging, but a bag sits on top of it.
Man, that one's ready to go, though. Oh.
Not yet.
It didn't.
That egg is not ready to hatch. And Nate knew it. He knew it right away.
As soon as he let go.
But again, Tyler has one that's probably out of play, not collectible, so it could only be, at a worst, you give up 10-9.
Yeah.
Tyler goes up and chooses to sit, which is an interesting decision because you think Nate's going to roll through this if he can.
Well, he's got it. It's going to have to be a hell of a roll to get it up and over, and he hadn't had it most of this game.
But inside arm, and he pushes one of Tyler's in.
And he built up a little wall that he can't get around now.
Oh, yeah, I think Nate's roll bag is off the table because of that bag. I say he goes up for
Up
it
and over, yeah.
for sure.
Why not?
Absolutely.
He's got it. I just always worry when he thinks about it as much as he does. There it is.
Up.
Oh,
And
up
down.
over. He
Backside,
nailed it.
clean.
Airmail. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He trusted it. He went with it. He went with his gut. He went with his instinct.
I'm trying to think.
Take a replay on that one and check it out. Up and over. That was the only choice. Nate's going to take a timeout and go down and look so we can see this replay. Look at that. He lets it go up and over. Bang.
And
yes.
There was no question. You saw the swing of the arm. He shows a little bit of excitement.
And in the background of that, you saw T.J. Miller walking back towards center court. Said, "Come on, guys. I want to play. Let's go. Let's do
Wrap
this.
this thing up."
Let's do this." So 18 on 11 right now. Tyler Amos and Nate Stevens got one off the back.
Okay, so it's 8 on 2. He has to piggyback his own bag in, or this one is over.
He went down to take a look, flips it, grips it, rips it. Oh,
And
when
he
he
can't.
tries to do it over the top, he doesn't make it, and that is going to determine our finals. Well done by Nate Stevens. Very well played. And Tyler Amos works his way back through, and 21-11 brings us to the championship of Bracket A.
A bracket, a rematch of the King Seat game we just saw.
Yes, it is. T.J. Miller, Tyler Amos. Again, this one has the potential of going on into the evening. At some point, we're going to have the courtroom sketch artist that has the weekend off from the Donald Trump trial to come in here and start just posting photos because we're going to go get something to eat.
This is a artistic recreation of what actually happened.
This is a chalk drawing of what we think is going on.
That's so dumb.
That
made
I'm
me
with
laugh.
you. I don't understand why they have those, but they do.
But
All
then
right,
why
so
put it on the news? Like, why was
Yeah.
that your talking point? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I think he looks angry. Okay.
Yeah, look at the way his head is tossed back in this terrible chalk drawing.
Look at how the artist interpreted him to look.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yes.
Clearly, the artist is a Biden fan and made me look like I have a comb over in chalk.
I tell you, fake news. It's fake news everywhere you go.
Yeah. Well, it is all fake news. I will say I'm amazed he's the first person to have coined that phrase. I don't believe anything I hear that I don't hear with my own ears, or nothing that I see that I don't see with my own eyes. That's where we are. And that's why this is so much fun, because it's all happening right before our eyeballs and it's earballs. Let's see what's going on here in the comments. Let's see, a little bit of competition there. That wasn't so easy, no. Oh. Ed Runyon, my man, Panama City Beach, checking in. Good to see you, Ed. Hope you and the missus are doing just fine. Let's see what else is going on here. Scotty Ball. Chris, you hit it right on the nose, my man. Well done. I love watching people fight in comment sections.
Oh, absolutely. Because, there definitely is competition to Nate Stevens in the ACO. And I love the dog on the ACO versus the ACL, which Jeremiah Ellis was an ACO born and raised and then is plowing through the ACL.
Yeah.
So Jeremiah Ellis is an ACO player.
Not quite sure if people remember where Matt Guy came from. There's
Right
a host
here.
But the bottom line is it's all nonsense. Who cares?
Correct.
The people that are the ones that make the biggest statements, and get their back bowed up over all of this are never going to make a penny in either league. And so that's what makes me laugh. I'm like, God, I cannot believe you are such a staunch defender of something that doesn't care about you in the least.
Yep.
So the bottom line is, are you enjoying watching what you're seeing? If you are, then shut up and just enjoy watching. And for those of you who are defending, your points are very well made. Good stuff. Love it. And I just think the whole thing is key. But I don't know. It's just funny to me, particularly ultimately since this is about a game that everybody is supposed to be enjoying.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's it was a backyard game, and then
Until 20 years ago, in 2005, when the guy standing right over there decided it wasn't anymore, and here we are. So every single one of you, no matter who it is you're bowing up for, know exactly who it is that you have to thank for it, and this is why we're here. So this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a barn burner to find out who comes out of bracket A, TJ Miller, Tyler Amos. Tyler's already jumped out to a 2-0 lead while we were bumping our gums about nonsense.
remember, Tyler's going to have to win 2 games. TJ says King Seat is undefeated. He is waiting to face CJ Sagans. Slagans. Never get that name right.
CJ Slagans. I think that's one of the coolest names ever. I think if I went back into radio, I might make that my radio name. A little kid. Yeah. CJ Slagans. That's a great name.
It is, but I'm never going to get it right.
That's all right. My friend, you have a long way to go to achieve Philip Barnett Butcher status on people's names.
All right.
Linda Oglesby. He called Linda it's one of his best friends. He calls her Linda Oglesby.
Wrong letter, but it's all right.
Oglesby. I don't know. Now I don't even know which one it is because he screwed me up. But he's my man, so it's all good.
Philly B can't get the names right.
All good.
Looking at the tablet, I think we're still sitting 2-0.
Yep. Right now we're at 5-0.
Oh,
Actually,
5-0.
Tyler Amos is up 5-0.
There we go. It's dim that brightness down there. I can't tell.
Yeah, we've dimmed the brightness pretty much everywhere, including behind the microphones. No disrespect to you, Maz.
No, it's fair game. TJ with a coin patented, beautiful, clean airmail. Goes right over Tyler's bag. Tyler trying to push through and does. The first half of the social is complete, and TJ, we are
finishes it off.
Double
Cheers.
4-baggers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
What a day it's been here in Toledo, the Glass City Center and the Glass City Center Court. Part of the ACO Civil War weekend, North versus the South. Have not had a chance to really check in on the results of the South. But
Mobile was waiting. I think the King Seat game is waiting. I pulled up the bracket a second ago. Gary Ferguson is playing somewhere, doing something. Jack Harcrow won his game against Douglas Parker. And in B bracket, that was still going on when I last looked. B bracket, come here. Riley Brewster sits King Seat. And right now,
I know who's he waiting on. I did see that.
The 5th place game is still going on in B bracket. So they're kind of pulling what we're doing, where we're kind of way behind. But they are farther behind. King Seat right now, like I said, Riley Brewster. In the 3rd place game is Gavin Lech. Sebastian Barger won 1 of the 5th place games down there. And Gary Ferguson plays Miles McClendon in the other 5th place game.
Very good. So. Very good. But again, you think about all the names that you're throwing down there, and all of those that have been thrown down here. It's just an amazing, really an amazing gathering this far apart of great players. And you mentioned it throughout the country, no matter what the region, whatever the conference. So many good players. The West Coast continues to build solid players. You're talking about Fresno, the Fresno major, the Black Hills major brought out some great players, and something that's been traditionally a Midwest and sort of an East Coast down south towards Florida, Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi just continues to expand, and it's so much fun. And that's really what it is. It's 5-2 right now, though. Tyler Amos, TJ Miller able to put up a crooked number, which is nice. Ricky Singleton reaching out to my whole ACO family. Hope you can all make it to the Battle of the Boards in Bradley.
Tyler just drips in there. TJ completes the first half of the 4 baggers. Tyler, there's a swing of that right arm. It is up and away, and it is down. Yet another social here in the A bracket championship game.
Gotta love it.
Game 1 of 2, if necessary. TJ Miller needs to win 1 game. Tyler Amos, unfortunately, has to win 2. Got to double dip the man TJ here, who's sitting in king seat. Winner gets the right to play CJ. Just going to leave it at CJ.
Where CJ's over here just staying loose. And I will say, the new format, the Saturday format, oh, look at that. Yeah. I didn't think the service was going to be so on point here.
I didn't think the bar was still running, but Frank Gears makes sure it runs for us.
Right.
And
I tell you, we have seen more of this, I think, here in this building and on these boards this weekend than we have seen in quite some time, and that is the laundry basket. And very few are willing to go up and try to flush it through. Now, I think, honestly, I'm surprised that happened right there. Oh, TJ leaves a shark fin.
What?
Wow. So now what? So that's ready to drop.
You sit. I think you sit. I think you sit.
You got to. I just even throw the bag.
All right.
Yeah, there. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, now throw it. Now that you gave it the point up, throw it just so we can see.
I want to see what happens.
Nothing.
But boy, he laid that shark fin up there. That was pretty amazing.
Man, 7 on 4 after Tyler conceded that bag. It's 3 more. It's 8-2. And again, TJ, you're shooting that bag all day because they're sitting there. It's like a flower petal. It's sitting there with nothing else.
Yeah.
And he hit it in the middle, but it stopped. It just sat there.
Yeah, we've seen the hole plugged up, and I don't know if it's. I feel like it's the nature of the bags that everybody's throwing right now. It's not the boards only dictates that the hole is what the hole is.
Correct.
The boards only dictate so much of that, but a lot of people are playing a lot slower bags.
TJ up and down.
There it is. There's no question he was going to be doing that.
But again, he's so tall he can just reach over there and drop the bag.
Right. It was sort of a gimme.
Like, what the heck? Tyler, a good push to kind of keep those bags definitely in play. A hard push is going to get him. TJ, ooh, and he kicks to that right-hand side.
Well, he teased TJ was an opportunity that he just missed.
Yep. And I figured TJ would shoot over it, I'm not going to lie. Amos to collect everything, and he does.
Very nice shot. Very good. I think that's the first time I've seen him do that as successfully as he would like, and now he grabs, 4?
4 more, 12-8. 12-2 in game 1. So now, if you're TJ Miller and you're sitting in this spot going into the game, how worried are you about game 1 in general? Knowing you have 2 games to play with here, how worried are you about game 1?
I think this is almost like another practice like he was doing over there while we were watching before. He's got to feel out Tyler where Tyler's at in his game. He's seen what we've seen, where Tyler's strengths and weaknesses have been this weekend, which are different than they have been.
Yep.
12 on 2. I mean, again, we've watched a lot of 10-0 leads evaporate. Look at that.
See,
and when you've got that,
you've
got that, I mean, come on. And you know what? Tyler's got that, but he's not using it to the effect that we've always seen him use it.
Like you said, he's a lot more conservative than maybe we've ever seen.
Yeah. And what's this? I mean, look at what he's done here. Oh, there it is again.
And you got to think he's got to try to collect something here. Otherwise, he is at risk of giving up 6, if not 8.
He's not going to leave all those sit there.
He's going slick side down.
Is he? Is he going to try
going
to run
hard?
Through? Going to hit.
And he bunch up.
And you know what? TJ, maybe he goes down and takes a look at it because there's enough room. He knows where it is. He doesn't even have to look. He can measure it with his muscle memory. Yeah, but I mean, he's got the muscle memory to know. He can go down and look and see how much hole he's got available, and he's got the muscle memory to pull it off. Yeah, that's all he's doing. And he's like,
just to make sure there's room.
Yeah, he did. I don't think he liked the amount of room that he has.
I don't think he did either, and I definitely think laying up is the right decision. Yeah. Take your 6. Because, again, if you shoot and you bring something in, you give Tyler Amos back points.
Right. He's going to lay it low. Yep. And there he does.
Perfect
That's
decision.
Very well done.
Because, again, that makes it 12-8. If if he shoots that and 3 of Tyler's bags fall, boom, it's a 2-point. It's a 2-point round. That's not helping you.
Well, these are two guys that know both the mechanics and the mental aptitude that you have to stay in the game this late. I mean, again, it's 8:32. We're almost at 12 and a half hours now.
Yep.
With gates open and bags flying. It doesn't just become a physical exhaustion or stamina issue. It ultimately becomes mental.
And, we talked about one of the things as a new player needs to adjust to is the ups and downs of the game. This is another part. The fact that it's 12 hours and we're still not done. That takes a toll on people. Like pros and rookies alike, 12 hours doing the same thing is a long time.
Right. Well, and you know what? Here's what's great about the Worlds, too, is we're able to split the divisions out.
Yep.
You get a chance to
Absolutely.
kind of – but then the funny thing about the Worlds is because the schedule for the ACO Worlds – up and over, and he misses.
Can't get it.
Oh, he thought he had it.
He knows it. Tyler can get 1 if he collects one of the bags in front. He can get 3 if he gets them both.
Run them both, yep. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's the core divisional strength, and he does.
And he gets 1, which is a good bag by Tyler Amos.
That's the core divisional portion of the World Championships.
Mm-hmm.
But Monday, there's going to be a whole new program, which we're going to announce. The previous weekend, 2 or 3 days, including AAU.
It's another
involvement.
big
There's
push
going to be
for
more.
ACO. Yep.
But it's a good opportunity for you to spread things out. Now, what's funny is you would think that would be great, but sometimes people say, "Yeah, but I was hot, and I want to keep my role." So you're never going to make everybody happy all the time.
Correct.
Clearly, even based on the comments.
Oh, as TJ hits every single part of that hole and rolls down.
Bang, pow. But you know what I'm saying? You're never going to make everybody happy all the time. But I would tell you this. I think if we tried to expand majors to 4 days or 3 days, and people have talked about why not play on Sunday. Well, a lot of people like Sunday as the getaway day. They want to get home. They want to get back and ready for work.
Yep.
You can't do it. So we do cram a lot into 2 days for an ACO major. That's a nice bag right there.
It is, and TJ can pick up as many as 4 if Tyler can't drag this bag that's on that right-hand side. It has a foot in the water, but I don't think he goes at it.
He's not going to get it. He's going to go too low. Yep.
TJ can get 4,
Let's
and
take
he
those
does.
4. Thank you very much. So 13 on 8 becomes 13 on 12. But I guess to my point is, as far as the exhaustion level, this is sort of the way it has to be laid out. So unless we eliminate divisions, which isn't going to make anybody happy.
Absolutely not, no.
That's what we're up against.
And again, you said it, you hit it right on the head. We're never going to make everybody happy, but we're doing something in the best possible way for the majority of the players, which is all you can hope for from the organization. And I think that this setup definitely is tailored to making the majority of them happy and the ability to compete at the highest level.
Right.
And I think that's where we're at.
Right. We just want to remind some folks about some double scores coming out of another tournament every once in a while. But, it's always nice to have a little throwback, a little history lesson. Now these guys are just going to go hole for hole. Kind of a reset to see where everybody's at.
Okay, I'm seeing 13-9 on the scoreboard. Did somebody make a mistake?
What's that?
No,
there was up on the screen we had some double scores up there from a previous doubles match way back in the day.
No,
but
I'm
right
seeing 13-9 here.
12's 13-9 is what we've got, Tyler Amos.
Because
13.
wasn't it, shouldn't it have been 13-12? Because wasn't it 12 on 8? Again, that's not our place to say. That's on them. But it was 12-8, which should have been 4 points in theory, because you said it should be 13-12. You said 13-8 becomes 13-12.
Yeah, you know what?
And we'll let them play. That's their call.
I'm going to leave that for them.
Yep. But I wonder, okay, now I need to look. What did they put in the round score? TJ put in 9-8. Did he miss something? Did he miss a bag?
Or maybe we missed something.
Maybe
we thought we saw something.
Correct. Maybe TJ missed a bag
that
and
we
we didn't catch
see.
it. Whatever the case is, it is 13-9, and as said before, it's a gentleman's game. They dictate pace, scoring, all that good stuff. That's all in their hands.
And if you recall, I think TJ, didn't he have an airmail that
I
was
thought
a
that was
swing
a
and a
round
miss?
to go. I don't know if it
That
was
was maybe it was back at that point. It was a swing and a miss. Bottom line is
because he threw back-to-back 9s.
they have created right now a giant laundry basket.
To
in
the point
hall.
at hand, there's a whole bunch of bags there. But that's
He's just going to
interesting.
sit this on top or lay it down low, and that's going to be that. I think everybody's sitting up on top.
Yeah, I think it's a 4-4.
4-4 Warsh.
It's laundry day.
And if you're playing PPR games, then that's not helpful, but
I mean,
nevertheless.
It's an TJ's throwing an 8-9-2 to Tyler's 9-5, so you can afford a 4 every now and then.
Right.
That's interesting. I swore it was the 12-8, but again, that's
Well,
their
maybe,
call, and
I might have also doped it up thinking that there was
yeah, and you, like I
a
said, you
three
and I could
spot
have missed
that
something.
had already been attributed.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I will say CJ Slagans is sitting over there going, "Come on, guys,
Getting anxious.
choppity chop." And again, TJ has to be double dipped out of this bracket A.
Mm-hmm. So that happens. CJ's sitting even longer, waiting for game 2 to
Oh
happen.
yeah, no question, because there's no chance that game 2 in this would be shorter than game 1.
Oh, for sure. No, you talked about how game 1's kind of TJ's practice, warm-up, feel around. If he wins, he wins. But there's kind of there's that fallback plan. You know,
Well,
so
and I think he's back on center court now enough, up and over there
Oh,
at his backside.
beautiful.
Beautiful shot.
and
Yeah.
he leaves it for Tyler Amos.
Well, he'll run through.
That's the plan.
I don't know why he's thinking so hard about this. This is something he's got in his kit bag all the time.
And
there.
he does.
There you go. But yeah, I think TJ has now more than welcomed himself back to center court.
Yeah. He is here, and he's here to stay. 13-9 our score. Tyler Amos in the blue lane leads TJ Miller in the red lane, one of the Smith twins
The Smith twins.
that we have seen
Who
here
won
in
doubles today.
ACO Toledo. TJ Miller-Smith. Making the Charlie Case family proud. TJ Miller-Smith-Case.
Yes.
The whole
yeah,
group.
well, he decided to hyphenate in the interest of political correctness. I mentioned that to them today when we took the champions photo, and they both looked at me and said, "You're going to have to go back to the stream to figure out why you are now the Smith twins."
Yeah.
Because we both did it.
Yeah, we did.
Sadly, I did it, and then you did it to follow.
TJ Smith. It rings. It's
Yeah.
a smooth transition.
His guess is better than TJ Maxx.
It is better than TJ Maxx.
All right, so come through and clean
Right
it all
through
up.
it he does. There's one half of the double four baggers.
Still sticky side down.
Very
Run it up,
methodical.
bounce
and
it
it's
through. Yeah, very nice.
And
It's clockwork.
is he overthinking it?
No, I think. Well, what's funny is I was thinking that earlier. I asked you that. Is like,
Yep.
is he spending too much time
Yep.
on this fourth bag to avoid the fourth bag blues? But it's working.
Correct.
So I don't. I guess not.
It's working for now, but again, does that play a factor into what happened? And we'll continue to watch and we'll continue to talk about it as TJ sends his first bag to that right hand corner, which is not out of play for TJ Smith Miller, but it's almost out of play. And he hit that board a lot higher than he normally does. He hit it around the throwing man, which is not normal for TJ Miller.
No, not at all. He's usually hitting right at the top of the word cornhole.
Yeah, he hit that. That's why I thought he was going to go after it, but he hit it a lot higher than normal. Tyler needing to collect this bag on the left-hand side. Very much in play to get two more. Put him at 15. It is up and it is down. TJ finishes with a 10. Tyler can pick up 2 if he stays down the middle here.
You know, the other result we have to go check on, you and I both being boys of the region, we have to check on the Derby.
Oh, we do.
I had Honor Marie, I think, was my pick.
Well, let me pull it
As
up for
these
you,
guys
Finn.
throw it up here, 12 on 10, so that's going to be another couple there for Tyler, who, again, needs to double dip. TJ, 15 on 9. He's well on his way to having that second game opportunity to do so.
Mystic Dan by a nose over Sierra Leone.
Who came in third? That's usually what I bet, third.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, let me look.
I bet I place a lot of show bets because I don't have the nads to pick the winner, and I don't like betting on favorites.
Absolutely, nobody does. But actually, a ton of people do.
Honor Marie probably got shot on the track and turned into glue before we got into this.
Forever Young took third. Who'd you
Where
bet
did
on?
Where did Honor Marie come in? I guarantee you
Honor
she's still running. Yeah, ran out of the 7th position, ran 8th. Nice bag right there.
She hasn't completed the course
Yeah.
yet.
She ran in every race after that because she's still going. I don't know what I'm doing in horse racing. All right, so TJ's got to go up and try to grab it. Oh, he almost
can't.
did.
He hits it, just not enough.
Almost.
Another 12-10, and it's 17-9.
Awesome, another couple.
And we're starting to get to that next mistake point.
Yeah, yep.
17-9. Tyler sits in a great position, and Charlie brings him another beer.
Charlie Case comes in and
What a guy.
takes care of the supply chain issues for his player.
Finish that first one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love it. TJ goes, well, don't just leave this. Take this empty. I love it. Let's see that on instant replay. Charlie Case serving up his player. Oh, boy, and there's
Beer
one he
delivery.
wishes he could have back on a string.
And now TJ can kind of reset himself and
Yeah.
get back to lead bag if he can convert here.
Mystic Dan. Thanks, David.
Yeah, I just said that, Mystic Dan.
Yeah, what was the no, we didn't you see the odds.
I no idea.
Probably paid nothing. When we were in England, we went into Exeter and went to the racing. They have a track that's, I think it's a little over 2 miles long. You run clockwise, and it's steeplechase at the end. It's 2 different points you have to run steeplechase. And on the very last race, we were up in the club level, and a host of Americans up there, a bunch of dum-dums, watching British horse racing with 6- and 7-year-olds. And the final race, there was a horse called Yippee-Ki-Yay.
Nice.
So you know exactly who all the Americans were betting on. Well, apparently there was only 4 horses. Apparently everybody bet on this horse, and it won. You should have heard this place. It was a Yippee-Ki-Yay, and then everybody else was yelling,
Yippee-ki-yay.
what comes after that?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yep.
Mr. Falcon, because I watched the TNT edited version. But we all ended up winning on that one. It was a good one. All right, so 17 on 11 right now. Tyler Amos, TJ Miller. Tyler wins. He's got to do it again. TJ somehow to pull it out of his pocket. For his troubles, he faces CJ Sligans.
Yeah, right. To answer your question about the odds, Mystic Dan was 16-1 plus 2,100.
Wow.
So not a favorite, and
No?
in the middle of being a launch shot. So those that bet on Mystic Dan, you got your money's worth.
Well, Honor Marie originally was 20.
Let's see where
Went
Honor
off
Marie
at 20-1, but I think it got bet down.
She finished at 20-1, 21.
Did
20.
she?
Yeah, 2000. She finished 21. Yeah. Born in 2001, bred by Royce Pulliam.
I bet her to come in 8th. Where did she come in?
You better to come in 8th.
No.
I was like, wait, we had a different conversation 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. If you could bet somebody to come in 8th, I would be betting everybody. Oh, nice bag. Great shot. He's going to pick up a couple right there.
2 more, I think.
Tyler
that puts
Amos.
him on that magic 19 number.
I can't tell if he looks exhausted or he just looks like himself.
That's just Tyler Amos. He's like, I'm here. I might as well throw these bags.
Yep. Yeah, I already made the trip. I'll throw the bags.
Paid for the hotel, drove here.
Yeah,
whatever.
let's do this.
If he is listening to us, he's going to hate that portion.
Oh, no. He doesn't care. He doesn't care for me anyway. Who does?
Yeah. But he does have one that's on that right-hand side. It's definitely in play depending on how aggressive he wants to be. TJ can pick up 2 if he chooses just to ignore it. He throws sticky side down. He might just be ignoring it for now, kind of letting his chips fly.
Yeah.
But TJ then goes right behind it, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
And he tried to maybe bump it a little bit.
Oh, nicely
TJ
done.
slips right around
Well
there.
done.
All right, so to limit the damage here.
Now we try to run this through and leave those two sit.
He's throwing sticky side, so I think he's going to try to pick it up.
Oh, he went slick side down.
Yeah, he's throwing slick side. Oof.
He went slick side down there, tried
Yeah.
to push it through, and he didn't get it.
TJ, he's going to shoot it for sure, I think.
Yeah, he has to. I don't think he's got the same. Up and,
and
over.
down.
Nicely done.
Man.
Wow. That is an instant replay to be certain.
17-15 or
Check this
19-15.
out.
We're going to take another look at it.
And boom, right over the top. Just so clean. And that's what he was doing when he was over there practicing earlier. CJ
Nope, he's sitting down again.
Is he still
drinking his water, sitting down, kind of waiting,
there
saying,
he is.
get
I
this
see
game
him.
over with.
Yeah. Or possibly two get. Can you imagine that?
Oh, man.
If there's another one.
That'd be a nightmare
Although
for
Tyler's
him.
up 19-15, there's a very good possibility that that's the case.
But those 4 points were big for TJ, kind of getting back into this manageable comeback. 19-11's a lot, 19-15's a lot more manageable. But he does have one on that left-hand side.
You know what's interesting is we used to, years ago when we first started streaming the matches, we talked about, the seniors final, this is going to take a long time.
Oh, it's a good bag by TJ. It brings them both back in play.
Yeah, but the way that everybody plays now, every match
Takes a long
has the potential to
time.
take a long time because it's such a strategic game anymore. It's not just throwing bags. Now, that was a mistake.
TJ shoots this 100%.
Yeah, he's got to go up and drag. Oh, he gets two accidentally.
But that's
that.
fantastic
And-
because, to be honest,
yeah.
like that's better than just running it through because now
Now he's
Tyler has to
pinned.
make a decision.
Yeah, now he's pinned Tyler's bag, who wants to step outside and take a look. He's like, I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, the only things on the board are those two
Yeah.
bags you see right
They're
there.
checking to see if both of those fell.
It's 10-7. Tyler has a bag in hand.
What's he do?
I think he tries to go around it. I don't
Right
think
to
he goes
left
up.
around,
He's
yeah.
never gone. He hasn't gone up this tournament.
I agree.
I
Oh, he
lied.
is. Oh, and he goes
and
off
he-
the back, and it costs him.
And that's
I'm with you. I thought he was going to cut right to left.
just because we haven't seen it. All tournament, we've seen him play conservative, and I thought that was the more conservative shot. He took a chance. Kudos to him. It's 10-7. It's 18-19.
19-18 right now. How about that?
Man. It was 10-0. It was 19-11. And we're back to 19-18.
19-18. Wow. And now we're down into mistake time.
Yeah, now the next mistake is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And TJ still has the game to play with.
Yeah.
Like for Tyler Amos, this is crunch time. For TJ, it's kind of ho-hum. It happens. Oh, and I knew that one was short when he let it go.
Look at that. He didn't waste any time. I don't think he wanted that, but it's not a terrible leave.
Yeah, that's definitely a good bag to have because he's sitting more in front of the hole. Tyler's is more to the right-hand side. Tyler has to make some magic here to collect everything.
Yep.
He's throwing slick side down, trying to go hard at
Trying
it.
to run through.
And he
Oh,
can't.
that's the worst possible outcome.
4 on 9 right now. And there it is.
That's it.
And that'll do it. Collection or not, it won't matter.
Doesn't matter. He runs it off the side. So Tyler Amos falls to T.J. Miller, and that puts T.J. Miller and C.J. Slegans
A best 2 out of 3. We got to play 2 games at least.
In a best 2 out of 3 because, and explain again who brings losses and so on and so forth.
So in a 2-bracket format, when there's 2 split brackets, for those of you that aren't familiar with the ACO format, if the winner of each split bracket brings no losses, it's a best 2 out of 3. If both players bring 1 loss, it's 1 game, winner take all, 1 game that matters. If one player brings no losses and the other player brings 1, it's kind of a modified best 2 out of 3. They call it a double dip. I call it a modified best 2 out of 3 because, in essence, the player with no losses starts with a 1-0 advantage. It's a big Japanese baseball thing. That's why I've called it that. But it's a modified 2 out of 3, and the winner with no losses takes a 1-0 advantage. In essence, the winner with a loss has to win twice. So in this case, it is no losses. Both of these players ran through their brackets undefeated. 2 out of 3. Yep, 2 out of 3.
Yeah, TJ just looked over to make sure.
Number 1 will be Brandon Earls and Tyler Amos.
2 out of 3. You got to lose twice.
Oh, we got to play for the 4th place money, though. Because Brandon Earls and Tyler Amos are going to go for 4th place money.
They're going to play over on the second set of boards.
He stopped this game. I worry if it's going to take place here. Maybe not, though. That would extend our night.
No, they'll play it over there on the other set.
Okay, perfect.
Brian Jones has got this set up, so you got to win twice. I'm going to reset the pad.
We're going to build that playoff tournament per se here.
So it's the first time we've seen a TJ versus CJ.
The J brothers.
This
We got
season,
the
yeah.
Smith
We got the
twins
Smith
and the J
Look at
brothers.
that. I'll tell you what, we are bringing families together over
We
here.
are.
And Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, sitting next to what the hell is going on? Oh, yeah. Quality control has just stepped in. I appreciate that. Thank you.
To finish his sentence, I'm Maz, coming to you live from
Well,
the
thank you,
ACO
Maz. I was
Glass
just getting
City.
ready. I apologize. I was in the middle of your introduction.
Vodka cranberry, yeah. We appreciate Frank Gears keeping the bar service running full speed ahead.
What's that? Oh, if they have any more of these. Oh, I will. This one, the first one evaporated.
They have to make a new one.
We're good. They're making a new bracket now to get these guys. We've never had a CJ versus TJ bracket, so we had to create one. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. If you need to go
Take a break.
get rid of one,
Go
yeah,
pee.
go right at. Oh, what? We don't say those kind of words here, mister.
Take a minute and use the restroom.
Take a minute, yes. Get rid of one, get a new one. That's hilarious. Well, I'll tell you something. The Glass City, Toledo, has really shown out, man. This city is great. I can't wait to get back here in June, actually, to come up to the Toledo Zoo for the show that we're coming to see. But everything that we've seen, and this is something I learned about the city. I try to learn something about everywhere we go, that Toledo was named after Toledo, Spain, okay?
Okay.
That's probably something that people
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Okay, well, Toledo was also founded as a city in Michigan. Did you know that?
I've heard of so okay, do you mean
It was a village. I'm not a city.
Yeah.
Toledo was originally a Michigan village in
Uh-huh.
1833, I think.
Okay.
1835, 36, right around that time, Michigan and Ohio both claimed Toledo as their city.
Oh, so the state lines got it kind of tweaked a little bit.
So then, and this is the part that I found interesting, is Toledo was made part of Ohio in 1837 when Michigan, and this is the part, gave up its claim because they received the UP, the Upper Peninsula,
Yep.
in exchange. But I'm trying to figure out, that's the thing I can't find out. In exchange for what? Did Ohio own the Upper Peninsula and say, you can have this big disconnected piece of land that we don't have any right to?
Which makes no sense.
None whatsoever.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so it's kind of crazy if you think about it. Toledo, Ohio, really, 1837 was when it all came about. So, are we good? Hang on, we're waiting for the good word. Are we good to go?
So is it not running through Cornhole? Is it just a base?
No, it'll run through Cornhole, yeah. Not going to do score magic, just straight scoring.
All right. Yep.
All right, very good. So then I don't have to worry about it. Taters exchange.
Basic. Just go ahead.
TJ v. CJ.
Seeding. Who's the higher rank?
Higher seed.
TJ. TJ.
TJ is the higher seed in the blue. CJ, the lower seed in the red. And a best 2 out of 3.
And these bags are live. They went there down and backs, had their fun. We are rolling here. I'm surprised they didn't build a playoff bracket for kind of this one. They did it in mobile.
No, that's interesting. I thought that's what Jonesy was doing over there. I thought
So
he was
did
over
I.
there building one.
That's all right. Even Steven, 10-10. No score magic, no worries.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, you got to love that. Washingtons. Again, Alan Ballard, thank you very much.
Without score magic, it's basically 12-12. I'm not going to lie.
Right, exactly.
I was going to say, there's Frank. He didn't forget about me. All right, folks, if you're just joining us, this is a best 2 out of 3 game because these are the winners bracket finals from the A bracket and the B bracket here in ACO Toledo. Both players have no losses through bracket play. They ran through their brackets undefeated. So how the ACO structures that is it's a best 2 out of 3. CJ, I apologize. CJ takes an early 1-0 advantage. It's 10-9.
TJ, CJ, that's not going to be a problem at all.
Yeah,
I
I mean, at least the
envision
bags
that.
are different colors.
I don't envision that being an issue.
Thank you.
Honest to God. Oh, my goodness.
But at least the bags are different colors, Finn.
Gracias. Got a little buffet working. All right, if you got comments, bring them. Love to see you. Lucky Strong, says Deb Smith. I hear you. Deb had a great weekend. She really did.
She did.
And she's been everywhere. I feel like she was here and also in Mobile. I don't know how she did it, but I think she was in both. She was at both majors.
I think she won women's.
I think she
in
has a
Mobile.
private jet.
Yeah.
I think there's something that we've missed on Deborah Smith.
Okay, we need to investigate that because I need a charter.
Right.
I need to get to Margaritaville because I don't want to drive.
You don't want to drive?
I don't want to drive. It's about 12 and a half hours.
It's no big deal. Take the Magic Bus or whatever that thing's called. It's $1.
Yeah. CJ tries to roll over the TJ's bag, ends up on his own bag. Oh, this is going to be confusing. All right, CJ with the black bags, TJ with the red bags.
Yeah, TJ's still running those rare bags. Those
are the mediums. These are the rare bags.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He has
medium
the
rare-ish.
red, pink. I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah, that was a whole fun time.
That was almost an hour ago. Come on now. All right, so these guys.
I think it's 2-1. We can't check the computer because it's not a score magic tournament, but I think it's 2-1.
Yeah, it is 2-1. Look at that right there, huh?
The truck is awesome. CJ continues to push that bag in front closer to the hole. TJ goes airmail again.
Airmail to clean it up, and if he wants to, he can go in and grab another one of his own.
Interesting, he didn't do it.
No.
That's interesting. And Sony still gets 2.
Yeah, CJ tiptoes to the line, and he leaves 2 on the board. So it'll be a 4-1 advantage to TJ Miller.
You see World Doubles Kentucky State Championship jersey donned by CJ.
Mm-hmm.
Had a very good showing in the ACO Kentucky tournament.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned the jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be an article in this year's Whole Magazine, which for those who don't know, Whole Magazine is sort of our year-end yearbook, if you will, of all things ACO. Nice bag right there.
How do you roll
that?
That
That was like a hula.
What
I don't
the
know.
heck?
He did. Oh, and off the side. CJ runs one off the rails, one off the side.
Interesting that TJ decided to roll and not shoot over that bag.
Just decided to sit it there. Oh,
and the drag.
And the drag, the front side drag.
And he limits it to 1, 8-7.
Great shot. Great shot.
Wow. 5-1 our score. That was a beauty.
Yeah, that was nice.
Especially having a bag off the side. You needed that bag to fall, and he got one plus that one sitting in front.
I forget I was telling you something that was very, very important.
Whole Nation and the jerseys is all I remember.
Oh, the Whole Magazine. Yeah, we do the Whole Magazine as the year-end sort of compendium of the entire year. One of the articles in there is about jerseys and how they're made and how they're put together, and Paula and Jack Stevens, how they work with Glover to get these, because the jersey is honestly the coin of the realm. It really is. If you can earn a jersey, prize jersey or otherwise, your club jersey, whatever it is, and it's going to be a
10-10
Washingtons. So there's going to be an article in there. I know about that. Alan Bond is going to be featured in there. Great man and a great family. Really good stuff. The skins games, all kinds of stuff. So if you get a chance to see the whole magazine digitally, or if you can pick up a copy of the physical print that we do, you should. It's really a neat way to wrap up an entire season.
Yeah, I know Paula and Jack work a ton.
Oh, my God.
And I know the Glover people also. They're fantastic people.
Yeah. Well, and what they had to overcome, to get the credibility to do it the way they're doing it is amazing. Wow.
That's a good bag by TJ. Kind of limits that hole because if CJ pulls his bags in, that bag's going to fall. And they
it
plug.
Sticks.
I think it's 9 on 3.
Well, TJ has one off the...
No, CJ does. TJ has a bunch of bags in the middle.
Oh, CJ.
Yeah, right?
So many J's.
Yeah.
You're getting hand signals.
Oh,
Former compatriots who are staring a hole through you, by the way. 'Cause
That's
they're like,
fine.
We could have left 2 hours ago.
Yeah, one of them wants to eat. The other two are happy to be here. One of them wants to eat. So, majority wins.
I am happy to be here, but I would love to eat as well. That's nice. These olives aren't getting it done.
I'm a fan of my one lime, my singular lime.
Well, Maz, I got to be honest with you. The day started oddly.
Yeah.
When I walked down there, and I'm like, who is that, and why is he sitting there? But I will tell you, I have enjoyed this to no end, and I really am glad that you have been here through the course of the day because you've gotten to see what you always see, but you get to comment on it in a way that that matters to you. 14-1, TJ Miller up over CJ Sligans.
Absolutely, and regardless of what way this game goes, we will play a game 2 as
There
it's
will
the
be
best
a
2
game
out of
2.
3.
Yep. Oh,
And he can't bring it down, but it's sitting backside.
No,
It's gettable with an
he'll
airmail.
get it.
You know he's going to keep
Yeah.
shooting.
At 14-1, you don't
for
think
sure.
he's going to shoot?
Oh, absolutely. I'd put all my money on it.
There it is. Boy.
But he pushes it
almost
away.
and one himself. There's a little bounce
CJ
back
with a great
up and over
roll.
top. He's going to go ahead and shoot that airmail. I'll take it. Oh, and CJ tries to run it through, but he's going to end up giving up, a deuce there.
And that's the problem with those kind of roll bag. When your base is the roll bag, that's what you throw all the time. So like he threw slick side down, but it still hopped over that
hopped.
bag.
It bounced. Yeah, it was a hop, skip, and a jump bag.
Because the wrist motion is the same and it just doesn't change. TJ with a level, was that level 4, level 5?
There's
I
no
know
such
you don't
thing.
love that.
Shut up. There's no such thing as any of that. Stop making up things.
A throwing man level block. How about that? Right there. Right in the throwing man.
Right? This is a final that you absolutely love, Charlie Case. Says
And he
David
front
Reese.
boards it. CJ continues to run down that middle. TJ can limit it to 1 if he picks it up.
Oh,
and
look
this
at that.
time he does hit it.
Tries to run that low blocker up. Oh,
That's
going to try it again. Yeah, he's going to try
And
to
he
collect
got
both,
it.
and he does.
What in the
Nicely
world?
done.
Beautiful. CJ still gets 1. 16-2 our score here in Game 1, best of 3 series.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
That was pretty amazing.
I thought when he shot out at once it was just going to be downhill, but he hit it once and then he hit it twice. Down it goes.
Charlie, he's over here shaking his head. We're watching the comments, and he's both watching the game, looking at us, and commenting on the social media.
Finn and I having
It's
a
a
blast
2 out of
here
3,
in
Russell. Yes.
ACO. It's been a long day. ACO in Glass City from the Glass City Convention Center in Toledo, Ohio. Oh. And CJ sends one off the back. TJ can pick up 5. Oh, he picks up 3.
Yeah, he's going to grab 3 when he could have had the 5.
And that would have ended it. That would have been the game.
That would have been the end of Game 1 of the best of 3.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, they've got places to be. They got planes to catch.
They are speeding through. It is 9:06, and we are rolling here in the winners final. This is the ACO playoff. Singles champion will be crowned within the next 3 hours. For sure. I promise.
Well, now that you mentioned that, I'm going to go down and see if they're probably everybody's already gone home from.
They were waiting on Gary Ferguson, so that could take a minute.
Well, that's true. They do have Ferg in Mobile. See if we can
and
find.
TJ will win this game. Game 1 is in the books. TJ leads 1-0. One more, if not 2 more, if CJ can pull out a win here in Game 2.
If we go to the rubber match, it'll be sponsored by Trojan.
Good Lord. Truck approved.
Wouldn't that be something? All right, I'm gonna see if I can dig up some
I know the mobile one was in Cornhole.
results. Yeah, I'm looking right now. There's so many. There we go. Singles main.
I'm 90% sure we're live right now, and this isn't a down and back.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time. They're
All right,
going
cool.
after it.
CJ has one that's probably out of play, barring a drag. Nope, it's out of play as his 4 bags are done. TJ takes a 2-0 advantage here in game 2.
It's like they looked at each other, shook hands, and said, "How about we make the next airmail worth 21 points?"
Yeah, right.
How about we do that? Anybody?
Up and down. 2-0 our score here in game 2. TJ needs 1 game to win. CJ's got to win them both. Best 2 out of 3. This is game 2. And they are just gripping and ripping. CJ with a beautiful block bag. TJ goes right over it. And CJ rolls over his own bag. TJ again. Yes, sir. There's a 12. CJ to collect. There's another 12.
And there it is. Nicely done.
No points, no nothing.
That's all right. Cheers to you. It's we can sit here and joke about it all we want about how late it goes into the night, but you know what? It's so much fun
It is.
to see how good these guys are, gals are.
It is. And, people watching the broadcast don't realize how difficult some of these shots are.
Oh.
We talked about that earlier. Like TJ able to go 3 straight through, up and down.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to watch. And CJ has one on that right-hand side. It's probably out of play. TJ puts one right in front of the hole, which is a perfect place to be.
Oh, and look at that. Run it right up the middle and use that as a banker.
Can get as many as
No, he
4,
said
and he'll get 6.
Hey, I said
8-0.
I give it up.
Well, then make this next bag worth 21 points, and we'll be done.
Yeah.
8-0 our score.
That doesn't make any sense. He just gave it up right there. And I almost wonder if the weight that he had to contend with.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them did. I mean, TJ had to as well.
Yep, absolutely.
But at what point, and I mean, you're a player to a degree. I'm a player to an even lesser degree. At what point do you say to yourself, look at him, he's trying to body language it in, CJ. But it ain't going to go. But do you say, I've had enough. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go eat dinner. I'm done. I'll take the second place money. I don't see that happening in this group. I really don't.
No. So from from a player perspective, I would never do that.
No. No one would.
But then, switching to a different sport, in softball, they split the first place payouts all the time. Because they just don't want to play a 10 o'clock game, which I think is goofy.
That's stupid.
But,
if you don't want to win, don't play.
Correct. I think,
what I mean?
Yeah. To each their own, like they want to get out of there or whatnot. And again, in this kind of same situation, everybody wants to go, we've been here 11, 12, 13 hours. It takes a toll, but you're still competing. And you're competing at the highest level, and these 2 players are 2 of the highest level players that we have.
Yeah.
So you're going to compete, and they're going to compete. I think, CJ caught a couple breaks on some of these bags, didn't go his way. But overall, you're not going to walk away. This game is going to be played because we've reached the end. Like, you've worked so hard for this, and then you're just going to stop?
You wouldn't have stayed all day if you weren't ready for this.
That's what I thought.
And TJ up 10-0 right now.
And he's going to go get it.
He is throwing absolute fireballs. Bang. Oh, he thought he had that one.
I thought he had it too.
Yeah.
And he gives up 2, and the seal is broken. Speaking of seals, man. Holding on as best I can, Ben.
We're getting comments from the peanut gallery about what are we looking at here? This is insane. And that's a problem.
And he knew it. And you saw the facial expression.
Yep.
Not a happy camper.
No.
But a good level block. You know, you hate the levels. A good block.
Oh, I love the levels, especially when you get to like 93rd level blocker. Oh, up in the guys.
And he brings
just
CJ's
a
bag with
machine.
him.
I mean, he takes one
Has
with
he
him.
missed a-
But you know why? It's so he shows him I can do it. I'll take yours with me just to make you feel better. Up and over, nope.
And
He
pushes
drops TJ's
in.
bag.
He can get 7 if he
This
stays
is-
clean.
And he comes and
he
throws it off the back. Come
gets
on, man.
4.
What are you doing? Now you're just toying with him. It's like a cat with a little yarn ball.
14-2
What
our
are
score.
you doing? And CJ Sligance, I mean, we talked about it. He just went through, and I don't use the word murder lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Crushed the competition, working his way back to this point.
Yeah.
But TJ Miller, you and I have both talked about the fact, other than the fact that when we talk about how good he is, he throws one off the back of the board. But
Making
he's
us
a
look
guy
dumb.
that when he does show up, he shows out.
Absolutely. And you think CJ can get 3 if he cleans it up, and he doesn't. He gets 1. It is that updated? 14-3, right?
14-3 is where we were.
Perfect. I think 14-2 is where we were. I think that's right.
Oh, 14-2 now. 14-3.
He's on it. Truck's on it. We're good.
Yeah, my bad.
How dare you question him? Yeah, he's right. 14-3. Our score, TJ 1 win away, 7 points away from winning the ACO Toledo Major Singles World Championship. CJ, beautiful cut bag.
You know, Heather Guy mentions TJ Miller is a beast. He is, and what's so funny, I saw him after the doubles win. Nice bag.
That's crazy.
That's kind of weird. He tried to go up.
And TJ,
Yeah,
CJ is going to take a timeout. We're going to look
He's
at
going
it.
to look. He's skipping. He's skipping down to take a look at his demise. He's going down
The
just to see.
inevitable? Are
Yeah.
we here waiting for the inevitable to happen?
Yeah, it's not if, it's when.
Yep.
Kind of thing. He's like, I just want to. I love it. He gave TJ a chance to come down and spit into his cup.
It's 2 on 5. Each player has a bag left. We'll see what happens.
But Heather says TJ is a beast. I ran into him out there after the doubles win with he and his twin, Steve Smith.
He's going to.
He's just going to
shit.
brute force it.
8-5, I think. 3.
Yeah.
Yep. 8-5.
So
14-6.
But I said, I think I'm your good luck charm, because we talked about this. He's not at a lot of majors, but I feel like I'm at a lot of the ones that he's at, and
they
he
win.
always shows out. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I'm your good luck charm. And he looks at me, he's like, yeah, no.
CJ with a level
Yeah.
10 blocker.
Yeah, that's a Junior Williams blocker, as I've been told. Left a dirty diaper laying on the front of the board.
Yeah, what is that? See TJ going to go up and come down.
Yeah. So right now, this is actually it's not a terrible frame from. Oh boy, it's actually
So
pretty
it's
solid.
10-7.
That's
10-3.
10-3. So he's going to pick up 7. Wow.
Okay.
That's look. The skipping, it seemed to be working, so he's going to continue skipping back and forth from board to board.
14-13.
That was
TJ
sloppy.
in the blue
That
lane.
was sloppy, honestly, from TJ. He
That was.
played it like he had it.
And you got to think, so does he reset himself? Does he let this game kind of play out as
No,
is?
I think he's just going for it. He's throwing fire every chance he gets to throw fire, and he's going to go for it.
TJ goes up and,
Drops 2, one of each.
yep. CJ can't bring his bag in hand.
So now this
in.
gives him a chance to run through both of his,
And
and
he
he does,
does.
and he picks up 2.
16-13.
Yeah, but a super nice guy. You are correct, Heather. He is a super nice guy. Do you need to go?
No, they just wave goodbye.
Are they leaving you here in Toledo
No.
to find your way home?
Yeah, probably. I get them hotel rooms. They better stay here.
Oh, you're the one. Oh, you're the
I'm
travel
guy.
agent. All right,
Yeah, I'm
then.
the guy.
Good man.
Working
Good
in
man.
hospitality has its perks.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Oh,
what a
and he
shot.
tried for it.
He tried for the N1, but he
And
takes the
CJ
backside
knows it.
there.
CJ shook his
He
head.
looked at him and he goes, yeah, dude, thank you. So 16 on 13 game time.
If he dirties it all, this game is over. If he converts. If he dirties and converts.
He's
He
going
goes
up.
No,
he
4.
rubs it. He gets- Oh, wait, one more.
Okay.
One more from CJ.
This has to go in.
Shh, it has to go in. Shh. And it
And
does.
it does. Okay.
All right, so he picks up 4, so that's 20 on 13.
There's the skip trying to
and
bring
the
it back.
skip. CJ v. TJ.
This is game 2, best of 3 if necessary. TJ won the first game. 1 point away from that magic number 21, and he sends one off
And
the
1
right-hand
point
side.
away from a singles championship here in Toledo.
Another purple jersey, another plaque, another win. He won doubles. That's only fitting. Take home singles. It's in play if he wants to shoot for it. I don't know if he's gonna. He's been aggressive all game, but I don't think he's gonna go at it.
Charlie Case is
Nope.
hard as a rock right now. Yeah. And the skipping. Oh,
20
at
to
least he's got a
15.
little. CJ's got a little salt and pepper. At least he's not skipping, but he's working it. Good stuff. He is feeling it, even if he's not feeling it.
Yep.
And and I will say that CJ Slagans has had an amazing run.
Absolutely.
Huh? Oh yeah, no question.
And
But
he's a phenomenal player. I mean, it's
Yeah.
only a matter of time. He's gonna win his major. He's gonna win his fair share. You run into the buzzsaw of TJ Miller. That's just a tough draw.
yeah, when you decide to show up at the major he's going to be at,
Yep.
it is tough.
He can get 2 here, and he does. Makes it 20-17.
He's got the groove. He's got the groove. I love it.
And he's not done.
I love it. I just love the fact that you can see on the stream that he is just completely, totally vibing this thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Heather Guy says, Isaac, sounding great there, buddy.
Appreciate you, Heather. Always a fan. I love the Guy family. All of them.
Yeah, no matter which Guy family it happens to be.
Yeah.
This is it. Man,
I love the ACO Guy family, but I guess that also means Matt Guy.
It means all of them.
Yep.
Matt, Brett, all of them.
Yep.
This is it. CJ's got a little decision to make. He's got stuff
man.
spread all over the place. He's gonna
Tries to go hard at something, and he can't. And
Misses it off to the side, 20-17.
It won't even matter. It's 6-7. It didn't even matter.
That did it. That did it. All right. Congratulations, T.J. Miller. Takes down C.J. Slagans. He is going to be our Toledo Glass City Center Court champion. And a big hug from Charlie Case from Lucky's for both. How about that? Good for him. Really nicely done. A CJ versus TJ final, and TJ Miller not only takes down doubles with his twin.
With his twin, the Smith brothers.
The Smith brothers. TJ Miller / Smith. Nicely done. Well, I'll tell you something. It has been a barrel of fun
Absolutely.
to do this. And, Maz, I'll be honest with you, today started one way and ended another way. And I'll tell you something, dude, you will absolutely, I think, enjoy, hopefully, being part. I say this as a prediction, but enjoy being a part of what is some of the greatest cornhole ever played on center court anywhere, everywhere. And you know what? Well done, my man. Nicely done. I know you got to go eat some dinner with your friends and family.
At one point.
But welcome to the family. This is good stuff. My man Philip Barnett handling things with Stephanie Burgett down in Mobile, Alabama. The ACO Civil War weekend couldn't have been done without you, so thank you so much.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. Happy to be a part of this wonderful Toledo Major here in Glass City at the Glass City Convention Center. Always fitting to have a doubles champion come back and win through the singles bracket. That just
Pretty
seems
nice.
That seems kind of like it's storybook or
It
whatnot.
does.
TJ came to play doubles, came to play singles. We got him a bunch of games here on center court and singles, and he was not messing around.
No, he did not. He did not disappoint, as did none of it. My man, hang on now. I'll go take this. I'm going to take this one because I got a special picture. Barry Hempy came up to say, let me get that picture of the winner, the singles winner. But I'm going to go take that picture. Cheers to you, my friend. Good to finally get down and sit down and together.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you something. Like I said, today started way differently than it ended, but it ended on the highest of high notes on behalf of everybody from the American Cornhole Organization and on behalf of those who were representing in Mobile, Alabama, to here in the Glass City in Toledo, Ohio. We thank you. We appreciate you on behalf of everyone behind the scenes in both cities, running the streams, and on behalf of Frank Gears, the Cornhole Dude. We remind you to get out there and have some fun, enjoy Cornhole, and keep on pitching.